Get the recording. Yes, I got it. So these glitches happen, but please allow me to welcome you with open arms virtually once again to the 5th Wireless Connect organized by CHILPARCO International. And this time we are also paying tribute. It's an ode to the spirit of the educators through the first CHILPARCO International Hall of Fame Star Honors. Well, big welcome. You people have been doing so much work that it's an absolute, it has to be that you are honored, and all your efforts need to be given a big round of applause and a huge salute, because all of you have been amazingly learning while instructing learners, be it grown-ups, be it any age group, but you have been doing a fabulous job. So today we have all gathered over here, as I just told you, and all of you are leaders in your way, because they say that you are a leader if you do everything you can to grow yourself and create the right environment for others to grow. So today's Wireless Connect, we have educators and dignitaries from over 21 countries, truly a Wireless Connect. 4 guests of honor, our 3 charming moderators, our 2 team leaders from Energia, and our lovely audience. So now I would like to invite onto the virtual stage CHILPARCO International's Energia team leaders, Ronak Malpani and Rishita Rajput. So my dear young boy and young lady, please take over the virtual stage and let's begin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to all of you. So before starting anything, I would like to request Ketki ma'am to do the invocation of the event. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, and good evening, everyone. So I'm going to sing Gayatri Mantra. Om Bhur Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodaya Om Bhur Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodaya Om Bhur Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodaya Om Bhur Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodaya. Thank you.
Ronak, it's over to you now.
Hello and good evening, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Ronak Malpani and my co-host Rishita. and we are the team members of CHILPARCO International Youth Wing Energia. And today on this special event of Wireless Connect, a big welcome to all of you. Now, please allow me to share a bit about CHILPARCO International. CHILPARCO International, founded by Alka Mahajan ma'am on 30th January 2021. That was the day the history began. Happening and where the story after story. CHILPARCO International means the several groups. CHILPARCO International Parenting Forum, CHILPARCO International Parenting Forum, CHILPARCO International Dream Team, CHILPARCO International Energia, which is the youth wing of CHILPARCO International, CHILPARCO International Rhythm Lounge, a group dedicated to music lovers and who all perform art with a loving way. Now we have several groups such as CHILPARCO International's Health and Wellness Forum, where we used to have a lot of wellness strategies over there, and CHILPARCO International Editorial Board, CHILPARCO International Foreign Dignitaries Group, CHILPARCO International Story Beats. We have more than 50 collaborations with 50 ambassadors and youth leaders. Now that's over to Rishita.
Thank you so much, Rana. And now I would like to introduce our founder and CEO of CHILPARCO International, Dr. Alka Mahajan. So she is the state president of Delhi of the Media and Communication Council. She's also the country director of IIU WEC Worldwide. She has been an academician for 3 decades in the educational field as an academic, believing life being an endless process of learning, dare to dream and dream to dare. She is innovative, creative, and is always ready to adapt to any changes. She steps out of her comfort zone and is always focused on life learning process through visual and performing arts. She is an English expert who focuses on the 21st century thinking skills and is also a psychotherapist and whatnot. From March 2020, she has hosted and moderated more than 262 international conferences. And she is also documentaries on women and youth empowerment, social causes, in collaborations with the SARC nations. That's all for that. And now I would like to introduce today's moderators. First, we have Ambassador Noor Ahmed, who is a youth leader and a humanitarian activist and is also an educator. Then we have Dr. Madhvi Borse. She is the founder and director of Edutainment Institute, and she is also a poetess. Then we have, last but not the least, Miss Ming Yao Siung. I hope I have pronounced the name correct. EFL, she is an EFL educator, a Google certified educator, a Microsoft innovative educator, and also an IIU Taiwan country coordinator. So that's all. And now I would like to request Ambassador Noor Ahmed to take over. Thank you, sir.
All right, I think I am loud and clear. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, and very welcome to all of you. Heartiest welcome as well. Very good afternoon from Bangladesh. I'm Ambassador Noor Ahmed. I would like to talk about something. Before that, I feel honored to be here because number of international leaders, educators, personnel are joining over here. So it's really a great thing, as Madhvi, one of our co-moderators, shared that this to be a colorful event tonight. Yes, it is. So our today's event theme is leadership in education. So I will share some of my words regarding that. So maybe you are thinking that leadership in education can play an integral part in creating a positive culture. It can also influence the student learning and achievement. Effective leadership is increasingly viewed as a key of far-reaching educational transformation. My dear Honorable, with the right leadership approach, education here can turn into a average education institution into a successful one. There are the 5 leadership styles that impact in education. First of all, instructional leadership. Effective leadership educational institution management generally comes from engagement in instructional leadership. Second one, transformational leadership. Taking a collaborative approach, the transformational leaders empower their school team or the educational team to have to say the decision-making process and enable collective goal setting. And third one, that is constructivist leadership. Maybe this is leadership is very uncommon to you because this type of leadership is about the facilitating the learning process rather than the directing it. And the next one, that is servant leadership. It's all about the participation leadership that push the ego aside and consider needs of others. And the last, not the least, strategic leadership. Strategic leadership based on the long range planning. Through the analysis, evaluation, monitoring, strategic leaders assess the current educational performance and take the necessary steps to improve the future result. This is all about the words of regarding today's theme. My dear Honorable, I would like to announce our first and foremost speaker. So I would like to announce the speaker who is the founder of campaign.com. He's one of the greatest person I ever seen because in that time, most of the children are not able to get the proper education because of the lack of financial crisis, because of the lack of technological advance, and so many things. But these educators invite campaign.com through these who is unable to access the quality education, they can get that. So without further ado, I would like to call Dr. David from Nigeria. He will talk about the conflict resolution. Sir, David, floor is yours. Sir, are you available?
Ambassador Noor, I think he is not there. You can go on.
Okay, move on.
Yeah,
Okay,
when he'll join, we will ask him to.
Thank you so much. Well, move on to the next, another prominent speaker. I have to say, one of the best educator around the globe. So she is the professor of the English language and literature. She is the director and owner of the Yes English Institute. I have to say, one of my favorite country she belongs. This is Argentina. So without further ado, I would like to call the honor of the global educator, Professor Paula Perez Lopez. Sister, floor is yours.
Hello, good morning from Argentina. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to be here. I can see so many friends that I'm so happy to be in this group and to share with you. Thank you, Alka, for this invitation. It's an honor for me to be part of this amazing group. Well, you are very special for me and you know that. Thank you very much. Well, today I was in charge of speaking about change. You know that change is the topic for most of us. It's like we like being in the comfort zone, and whenever we have to change something, just anything, work, classes, students, schools, we are like terrified. It's like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Well, you know that, I don't know why, but I tend to be very dynamic and I like the adrenaline of change. So I wanted to share with you, leaders and educators. Last year, we had to face the change of our lives. We have never imagined the situation that we have to undergone last year, that we underwent last year. We were in a lockdown. We had virtual classes all the time. You know that teachers have had several problems in accepting technology in their classes. They had kind of a rejection to use that because they are scared, because they don't know. We are from different generations, from our students, so we feel insecure sometimes. We don't know how to do it. So this feeling of insecurity make us reject the new things. As a teacher, as a person, I'm kind of loving these changing things, because I think that if we as teachers can take the opportunities that change takes to us, we're going to be better human beings and better teachers. As teachers, we cannot refuse taking change as an opportunity. Maybe we can be scared, we are all scared, but that's the adrenaline of the beginnings, you see? Whenever I feel scared at the beginning of something, I just think of the way, and when I imagine myself there, where I have achieved everything I needed, and I was there and I said, oh, look at the way I took. I was so scared and I could do all these things that I have never imagined before. So the same happens with education. What we have to do as educators is we have to take changes. You know that education is changing completely all the time. And that's natural because there are new needs, because our students are being raised in a different generation with different tools, with internet, with lots of information. So this is change is the topic for teachers in this time. Why? Because we had to realize that we have undergone, and we're still doing that, a pandemic time. We had never imagined that, only seen that on science fiction movies, and here we are, yeah? So we have to be inside the platform and to say, okay, I have to do my best. And you know what? We learned a lot from that change. We were scared. We didn't know how to handle tools. We didn't know if our students were going to be motivated with our classes, if our activities were going to be attractive enough for them. So we have to deal with many things, but that change gave us the opportunity, this opportunity of meeting. I have never imagined myself here from Argentina, from the other side of the world, sharing with you educators from all over the world. So I think that change as educators, it's a tool that we have to take. There is no option for that. If we are educators, we have to be familiar with changes and we have to love changes. We have to go out from the comfort zone. What did we learn from change, from last year's change? We learned to be educators that are not only focused on academic topics. They are important, of course, but they are important. But you know what? Last year, we could survive our classes because we were paying attention to our students' feelings. We were asking how their families were. We were asking if they were happy, if they were healthy, if they were comfortable with the situation, or if they needed anything. And those were the pillars of our classes last year. So if we do not take this knowledge from the pandemic time and the change that we have to face, we are not good enough educators. We have to be friendly educators. We have to be motivators. We have to be leaders. We have to guide our students and also accept that teachers are not the ones that are in front of the classroom just having all the answers, and that all the answers, their answers are the correct ones. Because we have students that are experts in dinosaurs, that are experts in animals' instinctions. And maybe we are English teachers, that's my case. But I'm not an expert in dinosaurs. I have met so many students knowing a lot information about that. So I think that we have to take this change, to make the best of it, to accept that teachers have also changed the role as teachers. We are not supposed to be there talking to silent students who don't make questions, who don't move, who just look at us. We have to be there looking at their eyes, knowing their feelings, listening to them, and being ready to learn from our students. So change is all around us as teachers. We have to take this possibility of learnings, dealing with the digital platforms, knowing how to deal with tics, okay? I was this kind of of teacher that I didn't know how to deal with tics, and my students have taught me a lot. So we have, as teacher, face change, be ready to face change, to be ready to be the teacher our students need. So as a teacher from the 21st century, and a teacher that had undergone the pandemic time as you have done it, we have to take change as a possibility of sharing. You know that last year we got to know that we not only had to change our position as a teacher, we are not the center of the classroom anymore. We are just there to guide. So that's different. So if you are the principal of your school and you get into a classroom, it would be perfectly fine if you get into the classroom and you cannot find the teacher, because she's surrounded by students. She's not in front of the classroom and all the students are sitting there just taking down notes or pretending that they listen to you. So we principals must change our point of view to the classroom dynamics, to the activities, to whatever we do. And also as colleagues, we have learned how to share, not to be selfish, to be there to help a colleague that needs help with technology, with students, with strategies, that just needs to talk about the students. So we are in the middle of a change, and I hope that we as educators accept change as a very important tool to learn, to improve education, to improve our strategies, our learning processes, to inspire our students, to listen to them, and to make them become not only knowledgeable with lots of information and dates and amount, but
sorry to interrupt.
With values.
Can you please round up within 1 minute? It would be great. Honorable, I just want to say, can you please round up within 1 minute? It would be great to call the next speaker. Hello?
Yeah, hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes,
okay.
I can hear you. Can you please round up within 1 minute? It would be great.
Yes, well, so that's it. Just as leaders and educators try to change as an okay. Thank you very much.
Wow, that's a great speech I ever hear. Please give an electronic class for our innovator teachers, educators from Argentina. Well, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you very much.
Really,
thank you very much.
Yes. We are really honored to have your words, because your words are very realistic, that from the beginning till now, what we have to do, what the teachers or the students have to do with the situation. This is really a great, I have to say. Thank you, Honorable. Move on to next speaker, one of the prominent speaker from Brazil. Look, I've called the first speaker from Argentina, another speaker from Brazil. Both are the main icon for the football. Anyway, the speaker will be the culture ambassador, CHILPARCO International. She is the country director of Global Educational Fraternity, global community leader at Global Education Network. She is the professor of English lecture in CESM Santa Catarina. So without further ado, I would like to call the prominent speaker, Vilma de Luz Barbosa from Brazil. Sister, floor is yours. Sister, can you hear me?
Vilma, you're muted. Yeah, I think that would be better. Can we hear Wilma?
Oh, we can't hear.
No,
Wilma,
maybe she should go out, log off, and log on again.
Sister Vilma, you can let.
I think there's some problem. Maybe you can get it rectified, and we'll ask the next speaker to. Then we can come back to Wilma.
Sure.
The problem, Wilma can just rectify it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.
It happens, these glitches.
All right. Actually, in this era, it happens. So
Yeah,
network,
it's normal.
yeah,
It's normal.
can be our friend, can be our enemy.
Yeah.
Anyway, move on to another prominent speaker. I have to say that she is one of the model of educator. She actually the stream instructor, neuroeducational researcher. Actually, she loves brain-based learning from all over the world. We have seen number of conference, number of events she performed to share the knowledge, ideas, views regarding the education in our world. So I would like to call another respected personnel, Rania Lempu from Greece. Sister Rania, the floor is yours. We want to hear some of the valuable words from you.
Good evening from Greece. Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Okay. Would like to congratulate you for this wonderful event. ALCA is characterized by her original events. So I'm very, very honored to be here today. And my topic is mentorship, mentoring, and we'll start with the ancient Greek literature, because perhaps the greatest of all epic poets, Homer, in his legendary epic poem Odyssey, King Odysseus left his friend Mentor to watch over his son while he left the Trojan War. And Mentor became the prince's confident guardian and teacher. Today, this concept of mentorship has become central to effective learning, and in the case of online learning, where learners and instructors are in close proximity, mentorship is especially crucial for learners' success. And according to studies, online students who had mentors were about twice as likely to pass the course than those who didn't. So effective learning in turn fosters the growth of great leaders, thinkers, and communicators who can be great assets. Mentors are critical partners in ensuring students' success in navigating the visual learning journey. The mentor, student, parent, and online instructor form a team to help students become proficient online learners and successfully complete their courses. Mentors are also online or on-site facilitators, coaches, and local support. And they are central learners to helping students learn in deep and meaningful ways. They serve as thought partners for students on their academic journey and help them empower to become autonomous learners and agents of their own change. Great mentors empower students to make informed decisions and understand the impact of their choices. By setting initial expectations for students and modeling the process, students gain the ability to meet or exceed goals and set high standards for themselves. So mentors provide an incredibly individualized experience for the students. They facilitate instructional support, often being the first to recognize when a student is struggling with a particular concept or assignment. And this constant pulse checking mentors do with their students allows them to customize instruction support based on the students' needs. And furthermore, learning is an online course that can take place anytime, anywhere. So mentors must be adept at using technology, connectivity tools, working synchronously and asynchronously with students. And perhaps the greatest benefits is that a deep knowledge about individual interest, motivation, and strengths. And what could be the basis of a successful mentorship relationship? First of all, phase one, earn learners' trust. Establish a good relationship and set goals, offer learners guidance and feedback, challenge learners to apply learning concepts. And what would be the great benefits for students? Individualized goal setting, relationship built on trust, as I said before, And developing self-awareness, fostering passions, essential component of mentoring sessions is weekly self-reflection, which gives students a chance to build awareness around the ability to set and follow through on academic and social goals. And what would be the benefits for teachers? Teachers can reach all students because mentorship offers a structured, consistent time and space for teachers to get to know the whole student apart from a whole class or even a small group setting. And this opens doors to possibilities through mentorship educators having unique opportunity to help open doors to future academic possibilities and activate the sense of purpose. And of course, it's a more experience, develop success, mindset, and agree on confidentiality, commit to honesty, listen and learn, build a working partnership, lead by example. Of course, be flexible. And don't forget that mentorship leads to empowerment and the identifiable qualities of empowered learners are, of course, a self-directed approach to learning, a curious mind of motivated disposition. Empowered learners are curious and motivated, a desire to continuously learn, and a desire to learn through experience and foster an environment to empower others. Thank you very much for your attention.
Wow, that's great words with a very short term, with a very effective way. This is really a remarkable, I have to say, because you already mentioned the mentoring, how mentoring can improve the performance, and this is how we can do, we can increase our performance, as well as how we can do that. How can mentor can achieve the goal as well. So this is a really great one. I think if the other educational personnel hear your words, hopefully if they follow, definitely the performance will increase. Move on to the next speaker. Thank you, Rania sister, for having the words. Move on to the next speaker, one of the great person as well, Dr. Enam Alom, who is the lecturer, researcher, trainer, special interest work in plant psychology, pharmacology, and so many things. So we are really here to hear from you. So I would like to call Dr. Enam Alom. Please, sir, I would like to invite you and want to hear some of words from you.
Thank you very much. My voice is clear. Hello.
Yes, it's loud and clear.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay now?
Yeah.
Hello.
It's great.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. I need to talk about active learning. Especially, I'll focus on meetings of students. I need to show some personal experience in this regard within few minutes. Okay. My screen is visible, please. Hello. My screen is visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Iman, it is
Go on.
visible.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I started my research journey in simplification of science to students and doing them, delivering my lectures and simplifying science. I have some photos to be shared with you. This is some of my books related to simplification of science. I asked my students to deliver some lectures about them, and they did it successfully. Some of them are related to biotechnology, others are related to bioinformatics, others about diet and innovation. And this book is very important to me because this book is included in our meetings. It is about alphabets of a scientific paper. I'll show a small lecture about it, and I learned them how to simplify the scientific writing, and how to be scientist and diplomacy, scientists using diplomacy in sharing sciences. This photo about my book related to participation of students in scientific meetings and preparation of a scientific paper, and other books in my area of sciences related to phytochemistry and how to use natural products to eradicate dangerous diseases like malaria and some neglected tropical diseases in Africa. And I have established more than 500 training programs for our students at different levels of education, different stages of education. This photo. This is not only a student now, they are looking like a lecturer, they are delivering their lectures. This is a fruitful part in our meetings. This is me during meeting in UNESCO. It is hosted by Malaysia about inquiry-based science education. I transferred this knowledge to my students. This is the smallest student in my group. This is in Nigeria. And thank you very much. I need 1 minute to deliver my book about, sorry.
Yes, Honorable, please go ahead.
Yes.
Share.
Okay. I need to share my book about alphabets of a scientific paper. I encouraged my students to know basics of scientific research and how to write a scientific paper, started from the title. The first thing I wanted to say that paper is not only merely paper, it is pencil-pen reactions induced by sounds of minds. It interacts with each other to produce applicable, fruitful works, which will be applied and beneficial to others. And paper requires great efforts to be paid, and it is reactions between scientists and surrounding environment. To conclude, paper, pencil, pen reactions, applicable work and product, and it needs effort payment, and it is reactions between scientists and surrounding environment. During our meeting, I learned them paper equation. However, they are still small, and some of them are kids, but I try to simplify scientific writing. Some of people are calling me mad woman because they are still kids, they are still students, but I need to distribute this way of simplification of science, and I need to learn them basics of scientific research. For this reason, I prepared this equation to learn them what is paper. It is title plus abstract plus introduction plus methodologies plus results and discussion and the conclusion and the references. Inside the scientist's mind, it is the paper. And I learned some important rules about the title, like it must be informative and must identify the work. I can send all these PowerPoints to you. Also, abstract must be attractive and must be targeted to the point. Introduction, it must introduce your work to readers and must be targeted and to the point. You need to do rephrasing to your knowledge instead of using the words of other. Your work must be characterized by novelty. So you need to use your own words Documentation of every written words must be done. You need to do a useful review followed by introduction of your target. During the introduction, it must tell us about past and future. I prepared this book as dictionary. Any kids or student at different levels can use this small dictionary. During our meetings, I prepared them to be ready to deliver this lecture instead of me. They are delivering the lectures instead of me. And what about methodology of paper? It is material and methods and ethics. You can't forget ethics of scientific research. Before learning anything, you must learn ethics of scientific research. It is efforts and estimation and establishment and planning of your future. It is thinking to modify, not to repeat. And methodology also is try and error to learn and tolerate all hard conditions and low facilities. And how to use simple things to achieve your great target. And you must have online mind, don't offline your mind during your work, and you must leave a great contribution to others instead of doing weak traditional work. What about results? It is reaction between all other parts of the work, and you must respect your own negative results as positive results. For this reason, they are strong and independent, and they are trust the results. You must respect all your own results. Don't try to copy and paste results of others. Also, it's establishment of new successive works led by your results in the running work. I don't like my students to be similar to others. They must have their new results, and they must be useful for other followers. And what about discussion? Is the death and the life of data. It must be informative and simple, and the comparative analysis of the results against results of others. It must be done by creative manner, and it's swimming with the data you have against the data of others. Must be informative again. And conclusion, you must leave your fingerprint in the work in mind of others. What about references? It is a collective word containing references you used inside the work. You are not allowed to use, you must mention, because we need to appreciate our scientists. And finally, thank you. This is what I learned my students during our meetings. I learned them to stick to scientific ethics. I learned them to stick to appreciate themselves as appreciate to celebrate gaining new idea or new knowledge. Science is not making people sad or tedious, science must draw smile faces. You are not allowed to hurt your students, but only you must learn by love. I am trying to learn my students by love. I'm trying to
Well. I think our speaker just end up her words. Definitely, we have to say this is one of the informative discussion that our speaker shared, because I have learned so many things. I have to give the gratitude in Muslim way, like, mashallah, you did a great job, and your words are priceless, I have to say, because you already shared some of the knowledge regarding the science education, alphabet of a paper, equation, methodology, result, and so many things. I think all the youth have learned so many things from this discussion as well. Thank you, Honorable, for sharing your words. Move on to our next speaker. Another prominent speaker, actually, our prominent speaker, Vilma.
Hello.
Here.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, I finished my lecture, but I think I missed the connectivity. I tried to enter from another device. I finished my lecture. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
thank you. We are really honored to hear from you, and definitely in a Muslim way, mashallah, for your great words. I think all the so many things from you. Thank you, Honorable, for being.
Thank you. However, we are a Muslim, but we are accepting all other people and we are appreciating all others. It doesn't matter. I have many friends from different religions and from different countries. I appreciate all of them. Thank you very much.
So much.
संडे है ना, हो सकता है कि वो काम करती है ना वहाँ पे, तो आज संडे शायद या तो कहीं गई होगी या वो क्या तो कॉल बैक करेगी।
Zubair brother, can you
please mute yourself?
Zubair brother, can you mute yourself?
You know, I have to keep my video off for a while because there's a lot of internet lag at my end. So that is the reason. Thank you so much for the cooperation. And yes, Noor Bhai, please continue.
Okay, so I would like to call our sister once again, the Vilma Barbosa from Brazil. And she will be sharing the topic, building trust and respect.
Hello,
Sister
can you
Vilma?
hear me now?
Yes, it's loud and clear.
Finally. Thank goodness. Well, good morning, everyone from Brazil. I'm sorry for that before, but on Sundays, the connection is kind of low here. So first of all, I'd like to thank you, Olka, for having me here and everyone here. I love learning from you. It's a really special thing for me. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit how to use trust and respect. Well, since we live in a community, we are always surrounded, so we have to trust and respect others. But how to build respect and trust? First of all, we have to show that we respect others. As teachers, we have to show that we respect our students. We have to show that we trust them. We trust the way they learn. We have to show them that we trust they are able to learn. And then also with our kids, we have, even they are small kids, as I have a 4-year-old daughter. So all the time she is testing and trying to show me something. And I have to show her that I trust her ideas. And also with students, we have to trust them. We have to respect, because this way it will be easier for us working with them. And then when we respect and trust others, things become easier, because if we don't respect the way the others are feeling, we won't be human beings, and they will realize if we are saying, we are talking with confidence, and if you are trusting them. So with students, it's really important that we, I already talked about that sometimes, and most of the times, mainly now, because of the COVID, students are coming back to school. So we have to show that we trust them, because they came back to school and they have many difficulties, many more than before, but we have to show that we trust them and we respect that they are having some problems. They are having some problems to learn, because they are facing some problems at home. So we have to show them that we trust and we respect. And as Paula said, we have to sit by their side. We are not teachers to be in front of them. We have to be by their side. We have to sit on the chair next to them and show them that we are not superior to them. We are not better than they are. We are there to help them. But if we are the teachers in front of them, if we don't show that we really care, we really trust, and we really respect them, we won't achieve what we want. They won't be so worried. And if we show that we trust them, we respect them, they will respect and trust us. And then it will be easier to teach them, because we are not just teaching them, we are learning from them all the time, because they have their knowledge as well. As Paula said, I'm an English teacher. I understand about English, but maybe I don't know how to manage with computers as well as they do. And then when I give them the chance to teach me, when I give them the chance to show what they know, they trust and respect me. They trust and respect their colleagues and also with their parents. So it's really important that we trust and respect everyone around us because they follow our models. Our kids does, and our students also do that. So just trust and respect and love others. This is the key for everything. Everything will be easier. And that's it from my side. Thank you again for having me here. It's a great pleasure. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow, such a powerful word. Very short way. That's really great. And all the speaker, all the listener, even all the participant understand what you are going to say. And it's really a great, I have to say, because in that situation, we are facing to build up the relation, build up the trust, build up the respect due to several circumstances. So I think your words can be worked for restore those respect and trust. Thank you, Honorable Vilma sister, for your valuable words. Move on to the next, and I would like to announce, again repeat, now I'm going to announce CHILPARCO International Hall of Fame Star Honor, the Inspirational Academician Award. I would like to give all the awardee with the very congratulations to all of you because of your great impact towards the community. CHILPARCO International appreciate your phenomenal contribution and your presence, your dedication, your participation that brought a great impact to make differences in community. So I'm going to share all the Hall of Fame Star Honor Special Academician Award one by one. If I, pardon me if I mistake your name pronunciation. Well, first of all, the first award will be Dr. Luis from Brazil. Secondly, Dr. Beatriz Luis Salveda Bijotto from Brazil as well. Thirdly, Poonam Matthew Thomas, Dr. Ushabati Shetty, Dr. Jacqueline Mahadik, Ravia Bhatia, Dr. Mutmaina, Mr. Arkidash, Annie John, Rakesh Varma, Dr. Preeti Shimal, Himlata Shukla Shuri, Dhira Madan, Siba Sazdev, Miki Gulati, Dr. Enam Aelam, Dr. Snigdha Kadam, and Ms. Jodish Matthew. Thank you all the awardee for your contribution and we really appreciate your ongoing support, ongoing activities, and definitely they're really honored to be with you. So move on our guest. So I would like to share and I would like to introduce another prominent person here in the world. He is the state chair of the Global Human Rights Peace Foundation. He is the president at Telangana Kala Parishad, director of operation at American International Educational Federation. He is the founder of World Peace Commission, and he is the managing director of Times India TV. And most, I have to say, personally, he is a good person, very innovative one, and who bring always the change through the several programs. So without further ado, I would like to call another great speaker and the guest of honor of today, Dr. Raja Rao Pragatipalli from India. Brother Raja Rao, we want to hear some of your words. The floor is yours, brother.
Wow. I'm Ambassador Noor Ahmad, brother. Really, thank you so much for giving me that dynamic introduction. Really, that's a wonderful. So it made my day with your wonderful words, brother. So my topic is leadership in education. Before speaking few words about that, I want to thank CHILPARCO International, Alka Mahajan ma'am. Really, Alka Mahajan ma'am, a blessed woman, because she is giving blessings to nations through her talent, intellectuality, and the grit she has in her. Really, you are doing a great job, ma'am. Fantastic job. Really, I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. You have to do whatever you are doing for the welfare of people, for the welfare of society, for the welfare of nations, bringing all nations together onto one platform to do good to the society. Really remarkable, ma'am. Really, kudos to CHILPARCO team, because ever since the beginning, I have been seeing this program. Really, I want to say a few words because I was given 5 minutes time. So, a leadership in education, a leader in education. So that's very important because education is the thing which decides the fate of humanity. It empowers generations. Education empowers generations. Education empowers future. So for that, we have to take more care about when we are talking about leadership in education. Because the leaders in education must foresee the consequences of present education. That is very important. Because when students were taught, that has to helpful for them after 20 years after their education. Actually, when I was a student, school student, I was forced to study mathematics and science. But you know what happened? Once I was grown up, I keep on studying history. Actually, whatever I studied when I was a child and whatever I interested when I have grown up, that's entirely different. So anyway, in the present scenario, the students were forced to study mathematics and science. Of course, in view of doctor courses, in view of medicine, in view of engineering, in view of technology, in view of science, it may sound good, but we have to prepare not merely engineers, not only the doctors, not only the scientists, but we need all sectors of people. So there comes leadership in education. Leaders must foresee the consequences. So what are the human resources that we require? Because in present scenario in engineering, in present scenario in India, there are millions of engineers with distinction, with first-class degrees, but they are working in petrol pumps. You are believe it or not, they are doing very pathetic jobs, even though they are first-class graduates in engineering. That's a very pathetic situation. So when we have completed a course, a degree, that has to guide us, that has to shape our future destiny. But what happened in the present scenario is, we have produced millions of engineers, but we are unable to provide the jobs, opportunities, or the resources. So that was the biggest failure. We believe it or not, we have to accept the facts. So that is what is happening everywhere. So when students are segregated into all subjects, it may be science, it may be social, it may be mathematics, it may be whatever it may be, as per their will, as per their wish, when they were segregated into different sections, so then they are useful for the nations. So I can say here that the leaders must foresee what is very helpful for future. So here I want to say all subjects are required. We have to give priority to all. Here the parents also behave like leaders, because when in 2006 engineers were hot cakes, but same engineers in 2016 they became a burden to the society. So we have to calculate the future that happens only when we have true leaders. So the leaders must be the visionaries. That is the one thing. And the leaders must have a positive side, because demanding courses, it's not business. Education is not business. So still today, even today, whenever I have free time, I keep on reading history. I don't know why I got fascinated with history, but my subject is English literature in PC. Before that, that is different. Anyway, our passions will be changed, because as I was planning to do World Peace campaign, so I'm thinking the importance of history is very, that suits me, I think, because when we go to the roots, we can get the solution to the future. So future problems, solutions will be found in the roots. So that's why whenever I get time, I keep on studying the history. That is where my future is. So anyway, the leaders must be positive. That is very important. So it's not about the demand of the courses. It's not about the demand in the market, but what is important for future? You know, one thing, we have 125 crore population. If we have given equal priority to all subjects, then this population number has become a human resource, not as a burden. So we would have seen it as a resource, not as a burden. So we need to have a vision, we need to have a positive approach, and we should be advanced and strategic. When we say you are a leader in education, you must have advanced in critical thinking. That is very important. So as all we are from educational background, that is very important. Advanced thinking is important. In 2020 may not suitable to 2041. So when I was a kid, I used to watch my parents taking 100 rupees or 200 rupees or 200 rupees from bank. They used to wait hours together in bank. But now the present scenario is entirely changed. We take 5 rupees from our fingertips. That is the present. So after 20 years, we don't know what would happen. So today we are talking great things, but we don't know what happened after 20 years. So that advanced and strategic thinking is very important for leaders. So when leaders, because leaders are the future makers, we are the leaders. So when we are the leaders, we have advanced in critical thinking and we can foresee the things. When we have strategic approach, then we can lay foundation for the best future. So with that note, I want to conclude. And once again, I want to thank CHILPARCO International team. You are doing a fantastic and marvelous job. And I want to thank the leader, Alka Mahajan ma'am. Really, you are awesome and amazing leader. You have to keep up the good work, ma'am. We'll be in touch. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Wow. Wow. Dr. Raja Rao, coming from the king himself, that was truly, truly inspirational. And what I noticed, I mean, I've never heard you talk like this before. And I found your energy to be highly, highly contagious. I mean, you're spreading this positivity, that a leader has to be positive, a leader has to keep in mind the 21st century skills. And I think you're absolutely right, because if we collaborate, if we are a role model, I mean, if we work along with our team, that is what makes us go places. Thank you so much. And all of us will look forward to having more of you on our platform. We simply enjoyed having you. And please do stay on, because we're going to announce some honor also for you, but that will be towards the end. So please, we would really like you to be here till then. Thank you.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Noor Bhai. Salute to you. Masha Allah, that is what you were. Thank you so much. Lovely to have you, doing it. Stick around, because we have special things for you as well. So with that, I would like to, pass over this virtual platform, or perhaps Noor Bhai, you can do that. You can pass it over to your fellow moderator. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for your great and I have to say one of the inspirational words because, to me, as well as I have give to thanks to the Rajara brother for sharing your beautiful words because it really means a lot to me. Anyway, move on to our next moderator. Already our moderator are global educators, certified educators, and you know what? I do believe if you are going through this moderator, when you talk with this moderator, you will definitely learn something else. You will definitely feel energized. Even you will definitely feel so much cherishment because her words, her way, all are innovative. So without further ado, I would like to call another great moderator and international global personnel as educator, Ming Yao Xiang, sister. Please share your words and do your moderating and continue the session.
Yes, thank you so much, my awesome moderator, Mr. Noor, and also wonderful speaker in the first section. And congratulations to all the inspirational academia, right? So you just got an award from the CHILPARCO International. We are all in the dream team. Is that exciting? Okay, so I want to say greeting from Taiwan. I'm an educator in Taiwan located right now. So right now my time is 11 o'clock. So I want to say good night and also maybe good evening, good afternoon to all educators all around the world. So it's my great pleasure to witness the galaxy of the CHILPARCO International Wireless Connect today. So with 21 wonderful speakers from 19 countries, and also we have 4 guests of a speaker of honor. So this is really a dream team. So happy to be part of this event with Dr. Elka and Noor, and also this wonderful speaker, CHILPARCO International Dream Team. So today we are talking about the leadership in education. So like our speaker mentioned about, there are so many changes. So teacher role are facing a different diversity. So we are not only the knowledge, deliver. So we are innovator, we are facilitator. There are so many roles in our education. So today when we talked about leadership in education, so I want to quote Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein used to say, logic and knowledge will take you from A to B, but creativity and imagination will take you to be, everywhere. So there is no doubt that the creativity is the most important of a human resource of all, especially to our educator. So without the creativity, there would be no progress of a human being. Otherwise, we will repeat the same pattern, especially after pandemic. Creativity is as important as education, as literacy. So like Albert Einstein say, logic will just connect you from A to B, but creativity and imagination will take you everywhere. And also, I would say, without educator, you and technology, probably we will go nowhere. And this one, move on to today's important topic. So artificial intelligence, which means technology.
Ming, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but not there. Please call Georgia. Yeah, my friend Georgia. Call her. Yeah, I just put the spotlight on her. So call.
Okay.
Nada is not there. Nada is not well. So
okay. Yes.
Yeah, she just messaged me. Yeah.
Okay. So I think the artificial intelligence, we will move on later. So now, like I say, educator has many roles. So we are going to, call a very innovative and creative educator from Greece. She is a Georgia Manetta, right? So she is a ELT teacher, e-twinning ambassador, and she loves learning new things and meeting new people. She is going to talk about learning culture. So we cannot, wait to hear from you. So Miss Georgia Manata,
hello,
are you here?
I'm here.
Yeah, so over to you. Please take
Thank
the
you,
floor from
Winnie,
me.
for the
Yeah.
introduction. And thank you, Alka, for inviting me here today. And hello, everyone. I can see a lot of familiar faces, and this makes me really happy and less stressed. Let me share my screen just 1 minute, because I believe that when you use a PowerPoint, people may pay more attention to you, even if you are sometimes boring. I'm talking about myself. So my topic is about learning culture. Just a few things about myself. I'm Georgia. I'm a teacher of English language. I'm an e-twinning ambassador, and I'm honored to be the international coordinator of CHILPARCO. Alka, thank you once more. While preparing this presentation, I was trying to find the proper definition of learning culture, or the culture of learning. And while I was browsing, among other things, I found out about workers always constant to learn new things about organizations and stuff. And then I realized that learning culture is not only about organizations and employees. It means about okay, I'm lost for words now. So this is a definition of a learning culture the way I see it. So learning culture is the fact that everyone, educators and workers, they do. So this is learning culture for me. I'm proud and glad that I come from a country, Greece, where learning culture exists even from the very start. And today I have been following me all my life, and I think most of Greeks' lives. The first one is this. I have decided to write it first in Greek. There is always something new to learn. No matter how old you are, there is always something new to learn. And this was said by and the second one is only Rania can understand that, I guess, which means only one thing, learning. That we must learn to ourselves. How we should expand our personal or professional learning network. We are here global educators and people who are ready to learn. We know each other, or we may meet each other. This is a great opportunity for us to learn. We should meet people nationally and internationally, globally again. I'm very happy to be part of this team because I can meet people from the four corners of the world, and I really enjoy it. We should be ready to exchange ideas, views, and experience. Don't keep your ideas or experience to yourselves. Share them with other people. I'm sure they need them, and I'm sure they can help you in their own ways. Experiment. Let me try this technique today in my classroom. Will it work? Oh, Winnie has done something in her classroom. Let me try to see if it's successful with my classroom. Never say not for me. Try it. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't say that they're a good educator. Ask. They are there to help you. They are willing to help you. Somebody might need your help afterwards. Be open to the new and unknown. If people were afraid of the new, America wouldn't have been discovered, for example. So always be ready for something new and for new adventures. Last but not least, never believe that you know everything. We never know everything. And last year, this was proved very well, very clearly, because educators had to face the difficulties of online teaching. And lots of educators didn't even know how to tackle technology, Zoom, Skype, etc. They were willing and they learned and they managed to give effective classes to their students, and they managed to teach them the proper way. So never believe that you know everything. There is always something new to learn. I love this picture. Remember, love to learn, because this is the key to success. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, teacher Georgia from Greece. We love to hear your wise word from Greece. We know lots of, wisdom, civilization, literature come from your country. Thank you so much for bringing this wonderful word. So I know one thing, that I knew nothing. So we learn from you. Thank you so much, teacher Georgia from Greece. So next, yeah, big call for you. It's very inspiring. Okay. So next, I would like to invite a speaker from Brunei. So as you know, after pandemic, teachers facing many changes, especially the well-being, social, emotional learning is very important. So next, I would like to invite Mrs. Farhana Haq from Brunei. She is a PhD research fellow, University of Brunei, Darussalam. So Dr. Farhana, so the floor is yours. Please take the floor.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, yes, loud and clear.
Yeah. So thanks a lot. Because of some technical glitches, I am, using mobile, so I can't open my laptop. So it's okay, I think. So
Yes.
first of all, thanks a lot to CHILPARCO International and Alka Mahajan ma'am to giving me this great opportunity. I did attend lots and lots of conferences in this pandemic, and my PhD research is based on women empowerment. So I am working from home, doing the surveys and attending. So I'm very glad today. So the topic of that I am sharing my thoughts on the topic, that is well-being of the employee. So I would like to share my screen from here. I don't know how to. So let's try from mobile. Okay. Is it visible or no?
Not yet.
Can you please make the Farhana Hawk as a co-host so that she can share the screen?
Is it possible from mobile? I don't know.
Should be.
Possible.
We can make you co.
It's saying that. Okay. So I have to mute my video and I can go ahead with my talking. Okay. So first of all, I would like to talk about what is it's about in general when wellness describes our happiness, confidence, physical condition, and overall outlook on life. So this is what we know about the wellness, that in simple words. Then the programs, employer-sponsored wellness programs come in all shapes and sizes. In general, these programs attempt to address body, mind, and pocketbook, helping employers reduce benefit costs and lost work time while. So the next, the 5 elements of well-being. The 5 key aspects of total well-being can be broken down into 5 elements, that is career, financial, physical, emotional community. So what is career? The career element means enjoying what you do every day and utilizing your strength. Then financial is the feeling, stable feeling in your current financial situation and your planning for future. The next one is physical element. What is it? It's all about providing your body with the nutrition, activity, and care it needs to stay feeling good, functioning better, and living longer. The next one is emotional. Emotional well-being is all about understanding and coping with your thoughts, emotions, and stress forward in a positive direction. The next one is the community. It's about having healthy relationships with family, friends, and co-workers, and the sense of connection with your community. So the tribe is, according to research, 28% of adults are not thriving in any element, while just 19% are thriving in 4 of the 5 elements. Employees with low well-being are the source of immense healthcare costs and lost productivity for organizations. So what are the invest? There are few ways that organizations can invest in their employees' well-being and encourage participation in well-being programs. Communication, clarify that well-being is an important organizational value. Then let employees choose well-being activities that are best suited to their individual wellness goals and interests. Then recognizes, understand that recognition reinforces efforts. The conclusion, I can say that stressful wellness for employees indicates and providing the tools, resources, and opportunity to develop and strengthen each of the 5 areas that I discussed of total employees' well-being. Understand that every person is different. So if you want to take any wellness program for employees, then you need to remember that meets the employees' needs, interests, and goals. So that's all from my side about employee well-being. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Dr. Farhana. I think that's very important, the well-being of an employee. As we know that pandemic, our student learner are also affected by many factors, like their family, parents, partner, also facing this issue. So thank you. So your insightful, point of view about mentioning the importance of well-being comes financial, physical, community, and education. So we would like to have your slide and PowerPoint afterward, because these are so insightful about the well-being, the importance. Thank you so much, Dr. Anna. Thank you. Thank you again. Okay. Yeah. So dear audience, so next I would like to move on to talk about the technology, artificial intelligence. So how technology, artificial intelligence could deepen our learning about the pandemic, after the pandemic situation. Technology is very important. So how to use the artificial intelligence to deepen our learning. So it's my great honor to invite next speaker, Dr. Alisa Dugaya from Armenia. She is an ESL, EFL, ESP teacher and also teacher trainer, PhD in pedagogy. So it's my great pleasure to invite our next speaker, Dr. Alice. Are you here?
Yes, I am here. Good evening.
Okay, yeah. It's our great pleasure to listen to you. Yeah. So talking about, give us some insight about artificial intelligence. The floor is yours, Dr. Alice.
Okay, good evening. First of all, thank you. It was also my message, Winnie, teacher Winnie, you welcomed me. And also my friend Anka, who always inspires me. Thank you, all of you. Now, today I'm going to represent you something, maybe novelty or something that we used to call as artificial intelligence, which is sometimes when it was many years ago, maybe it will be something unusual and something very let's say, interesting for us or something novelty for us when we talk about the artificial intelligence. But nowadays, sorry, it is going to be something that is very modern one, especially when we have pandemic situation and everyone just every day, if not once, but let's say that many times during the day we deal with artificial intelligence. First of all, when we say artificial intelligence, we just say something artificial, not handmade or not created by human. But let's start from the definition. What is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is something that connects computers, machines to mimic the problem solving and decision making capabilities of the human mind. We sometimes said that it's not utopia. I have many times mentioned about the story which was written many years ago by a fantasy writer who has a story about it that the student, a boy, a teenager, goes to the Arctic, and there he saw that there are something which are made of which is made of paper, and he asked, "What is it?" And his mother answered that it was the book of her grandpa. There was a time when there were only teachers, human teachers, and students had to go to school. This one was written many years ago, and it was like a genre of fantastic genre, and no one could imagine that will be one day when we will be able to connect, to join, to speak, to talk to each other through computers, through artificial screens, let's say, not to face, but due to this kind of technologies, we nowadays have artificial intelligence, which connects people around the world. And first of all, due to this artificial intelligence, now we are here connecting to each other and seeing and having friends, students, why not job, everything, education through artificial intelligence. At first, it was just entered this due to John McCarthy at the Dartmouth conference in 1956, which for the first time it was just a dream, but now it's has come like a truth, a clever virtual assistants, smart home applicants, different kinds of self-driving cars, drones, devices, everything that is connected with artificial intelligence. Maybe majority of us will say that it's a negative thing because there is no face-to-face communication, there is no face-to-face just cooperation, we can't touch everything, we can't feel everything. But let's say that artificial
Alice, you are on
yes,
mute.
yes, yes,
Okay,
yes,
yeah.
But let's say that artificial intelligence has its advantages also because sorry, something happens with my presentation. Okay, and we can say that it's going to be like a negative thing, but let's go a little bit deeper and try to find something about it, about the context, about the structure of artificial intelligence. Because while saying, we can say that it's going to be like 3 levels in order to just get to reach this artificial intelligence. Because the first one is deep learning. We can't know anything, we can't learn or study or just get acquainted with something without having a deep learning in something. Just imagine, in order, we wanted to learn English language or have something and to get an information about from geography or any topic we are interested in. First of all, we shall try to find information in order to know the things, what is it about the peculiarities, try to find information about the thing we are interested in. It's called the deep learning. They know more information. This one there. Then after it, we transfer to another word another level in learning. We try to have more information about it, to do some kinds of observation, researches, or even quizzes or tests to do in order to find out more information. And after it, we go to the deep technologies now, which are all the technologies that surround us. We were using and that's why this artificial intelligence likes it comes like be and for electronic commerce, finance, everything. But every time we can just say that in every case it has its advantages too, because education in this case it keeps education with workers and has also some kind of advantages because if we go back and look into traditional education, we can say that because there are many students who just wanna to study but have no opportunities, for example, to go out and to go to school and get education. And due to technological just development, due to new technologies, now they will be able just to connect and to have lessons. In many countries, during especially the pandemic situation, we teachers try to attend, try to join to lessons in order to give education, in order to teach our students through technologies. It applies for another country. And due to it, needs of teachers can give so that each student can work on it or can get an education or even attend any kind of webinars or sessions he wants. Now, first of all, let's also know what does it mean for artificial intelligence teachers. It can be like if we say a positive thing, it can make teachers just to have a very good chance to go to Adelaide and also to have some things they can do in different places. But at the same time, it can become a reliable assistant for teachers, because with due to artificial intelligence, teachers can use it in order to get new information, to connect new technologies, to make their lessons or education more interesting than it has been, etc. But at the same time, it can be very helpful because it has also disadvantage in this case. Maybe we can make in order to make our lesson more and more interesting. But at this time, we will forget one important thing: face-to-face interaction, real communication between teacher and student. Because many primary school students, they just like school, they just have their first impression due to interaction, face-to-face interaction with their teachers, and how the technologies will be improved, developed, and there will be many varieties of technologies. It has its place in education and can have positive just influence on our education. But let's be trust and honestly that the face-to-face interaction, it can be the thing that we really need, the real interaction between teachers and students. That's why we have to keep the balance between the real education, the face-to-face cooperation and education, and also the artificial intelligence in order to get the real, let's say, the real result, in order to have the middle level, but at the same time, which is called a golden level, the zone for our students. Thank you. I think I could, in a few brief description, to give the description of artificial intelligence, giving you not only its advantages but also disadvantages. That's why my main advice is to keep the balance between them.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Alice. And, listen to you. I'm just, have a future, like a blueprint. So like a taking advantage of our education. But, sometimes they are two kind of a teacher, educator facing about technology. One is negative and the other is positive. But I think listen to you, your future plan, the structure of artificial intelligence. We could follow you, to take the, adventure of our future education era. Thank you so much. So think about in the future, the artificial intelligence right now in your life, you can call, okay, Google. He will tell you everything about the world happening, weather, and also maybe you can talk to your iPhone Siri. She will also tell you everything you wanted to know. So it's like a dream come true. So artificial intelligence is the future part of our education. So we are willing to follow you, Dr. Alice. Thank you so much for your inspiring speech of our future education. So now I would like to call our speaker from India. She is Shiva Sanchadav. She is going to talk about time and energy management in our situation right now. So Mrs. Shiva, the floor is yours.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. A very good evening to one and all present for this wonderful, informative, interesting session, the Wireless Connect. I'm really honored and pleased to hear such eminent leaders and speakers and such wonderful leaders in education. So, and moreover, it's a proud privilege for me to be a part of CHILPARCO International team. Thank you so much, ma'am. So without you, I'd like to continue with my topic, because my topic itself is time and energy management. So I have to keep the time thing. What exactly is time management? Time management refers to managing time effectively so that the right time is allocated to the activity. And as leaders, we must have the value of time. That is very, very important. Why do we need time management? First of all, to reduce stress, to function effectively, to increase our work output. Majorly, we have to how to use our time effectively. First of all, we should have a perfect planning. We have to set our goals and objectives. We should set our own deadlines. That is very, very important. Then we should delegate responsibility. I'd like to share screen with very few slides. So I quote, time equals life. So master your time and master your life. Time and energy management. Now there is a dilemma. There's always a dilemma. We always have a dilemma that we always confused. Should we manage our time or energy? There's always a misunderstanding that we have to choose between. We have to manage both at the same time. Because if our energy levels are not high, the productivity as people who are working, we must keep our energy level. For this, we need to create time off for our well-being. We all know all work and no play will lead to stress and make us unproductive. Important, we need to set aside time for ourselves every day. As educators, this is what an action plan is required, a list of things that need to be done to achieve our goals. We always wrap and the finish have to be very high. Consider the value of the task before you do it, so that we don't muddle up and get confused. Also lost, so confused, so unsure, we are unclear, we are disoriented because we don't use this while we are teaching, while we are workplace, we should know exactly what we are doing next, what we are going to do, and what is the big picture, from where to start and where to end. Address the urgent. This is what we lack. Most of us, we don't have a priority. Attach deadlines to things to breaking time. While traveling majorly, we are traveling, we can sort out our mails, we can do our correspondence, we can do our letters, we can think about also books and notes. So if this is called perfect planning, when this is something which I personally feel we should start learning to be imperfect, accept imperfection. And this pandemic has taught us, when we're taking online classes where we are always not worried what we have to do in the classroom. So we have to, at times, we cannot get perfect classroom, perfect students, and perfect everything, and moreover, perfect network also that I'm adding right now. At times there are network glitches also while teaching. This is a recent one. So you have to take a minute to reflect and be realistic what is achievable. It cannot happen that we keep on spending hours on some image which is not very relevant, wherein our matter, the content what we have to show. Of course, it should be able to impart what we have planned. So we should not get stuck to seek perfection rather than focus on the important, uninterrupted focus time to get on things and stick to it. Unplug the phone, turn off the TV, turn off your computer, deviate, don't deviate yourself. Just be focused on one thing, what we are doing, keep it to yourself. This is something, another aspect what I'm going to talk. This is the PEMS of energy management, which I think I have taken. This is one thing I'm going to take. PEMS of energy management. P stands for our physical health. If we have high energy levels, and again the results, the output will be very low. Physical health with daytime rest and renewal, rejuvenate yourself and be energetic to take on the next task. Emotional wellness, cultivate the specific emotion associated with the. If you have so much of stress, when you work with stress, definitely the productivity will be low. So be relaxed with your emotions and then focus on your work. This I'm talking in terms of educators and leaders and any of these high people. Mental focus. A mental focus is very important. Learning to focus in a broad way, switching between tactical and big picture thinking. That's how your work will become smooth. Spiritual purpose. It is derived from serving something larger than oneself. So let's imbibe this PEMS of energy management. Last but not the least, there has to be a perfect balance between time and energy. Though, as I said, both have to manage at the same time, but we need to have a balance between that. That's how our management will be perfect and energy will be perfect. For this, we have to set goals. Setting goals, one has to become smart. What's becoming smart? S stands for specific. When you're planning out something, it has to be specific. M is measurable. A stands for achievable. What you're going to achieve? R stands for relevant. Of course, the content, the matter, whatever you're going to buy, whatever you're going to impart should be relevant. And T is time bound. That is very, very important. And I am keeping that in view and just flipping and switching, making it fast. So towards the end, I conclude with, let us keep these 4Ds in mind to be an effective leader, to be a strong educator. The 4Ds are very important. The first D is do. Do schedule tasks, project and productivity hours as per our goals. Decide. Decide. Do not go into multitasking. Don't spread your energy all over and then you muddle up everything. So you decide, you be focused, you should be very, very strong in your decisions, what you have to plan, what you have to impart. Delegate. This is again an important aspect. When as a team leader, you must learn to delegate duties to the responsible people to make your functioning smooth. Whether there are students also, delegate duties to the students and the classroom will be more effective and it will be more powerful. Delete. We must learn to say no so that we don't believe in multitasking. When we go in for multitasking, everything becomes again a confusion. So delete, say no, and focus on the perfect things one by one. Take your tasks one by one, and you'll be able to manage your time and energy very well, and you'll be an excellent leader. Towards the end, I like to sum up and quote, you become a master of your life when you learn how to control where your attention goes. Value what you give your energy and time to. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Shiba. I like the way you mentioned about master your life and master your time. And also they are 4D, very easy to, catch it, decide, do, decide, delegate, and delete. So that's what we need right now. So now I would like to invite Miss Kathy.
I'm sorry, Ming. I think
yes?
please invite Ketki to sing. Then
yes, we would love to.
Then announce the awards, for the next category. All right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We need your sweet voices. So
Yes.
we have the honor to invite our Miss Kathy to sing a song for us. So your beautiful voices, so beautiful, will make the evening so awesome. So Miss Kathy, the floor is yours. We are preparing to listen to your beautiful song. Over to you, Miss
Thank
Kathy.
you. Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you so much. Okay, so hello everyone. Before singing, I would like to talk about myself a bit. That I am an Indian classical vocalist, and I have done my master's in Indian classical vocal, and also I'm learning Western music too. So I'm going to start the song, and the song is a very famous Bollywood song, Badal Pe Paun Hai, and I'm gonna sing it with my ukulele, as you can see it. So here it goes. सोचा कहाँ था ये जो हो गया, माना कहाँ था ये लो हो गया, चुटकी कोई काटो ना है हम तो होश में, कदमों को थामो ये है उड़ते जोश में, रे 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 बादल पे पाँव है या झूठा गाँव है, अब तो भाई चल पड़ी अपनी ये नाव है, बादल पे पाँव है या झूठा गाँव है, अब तो भाई चल पड़ी अपनी ये नाव है। ओ, 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 हुआ दिल धक धक करे, दिन है या ये रात है, हाँ एक तू मेहरबान क्यों हो गया, बाखुदा क्या बात है। बादल पे पाँव है या छोटा दाव है, अब तो भाई चल पड़ी अपनी ये नाव है। बादल पे पाँव है या छोटा दाव है, अब तो भाई चल पड़ी अपनी ये नाव है। ओ, 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 Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ming, please take.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. You may invite our Queen Jesse now. Oh, no. First you have to say words. Yeah. First the
Yeah, it's a recognition of the creative academician, right? So we know you are working.
Ketki was wonderful. Ketki was wonderful. It was a hint.
Yes. If we have the chance, we would like to
It
invite.
was mesmerizing. Yeah, thank you so much, Ketki.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you, everyone.
We would like to invite you to sing more for us later if we got the special time. Thank you. So now it's a very important time. Thanks to CHILPARCO International Dream Team, we would like to award, the creative academician. Yeah, so whole other fan. So there are some creative academicians. So first of all, I would like to, if you are here, please just, give a reaction of, heart for us. Okay. So the awardee Hall of Fame creative academician, Ferhana Haq and Georgia Menata, Corina Suji. Yeah, let's give her a big hand. Vajola Alushi, Nata Rekavi, and Reno Lampo. And next, Vilma Bobasa and Paula Lapez and Shubagi Mapani, Rachina Mapani, and Kusha-san. Are you here? I mean, all these congratulations for you. And also Nina Araka. Wow, your creativity makes the education, awesome. And also we have a Ritika Bahadari, Riti Bahanadari, and Dr. Najee Kaur, and also Miss Asanaha Fahi. Okay, these are some creative academician. And Dr. Vichy Tripathi and Duga Kaner. And also we have Ara Akran and Mohan Zubair. I know you are here, Dr. Zubair. And also we have Fazel Fazaz and Anuja Mali. And also we have Supriya Kumaravan and Ina Sai and Dr. Maldi Booth. She is the next moderator. Congratulations. And we also have a Dr. Joy Fontanali and also Asma Tukahan. Oh, and also me, I'm also awarded. Thank you so much for CHILPARCO International Dream Team. And also Mr. Fadila Shisa, and also our, special singer, Kitki-san, you are also our creative academician. Congratulations to all of you. Congratulations all. And thanks to CHILPARCO International Dream Team. Thank you so much for giving us this recognition. So don't forget to spark your creativity into your education. So now it's my great honor to invite our guest, our speaker, Jessie Lane Esther Aragabi from Philippines. She is an International Human Rights Commission Chairwoman and also CEO, OIC, and founder of a We for Women Empowerment, partner of a Miss Heritage World Global Business Woman. So shall we have the honor to invite our guest, our speaker? So Mr. Jessie Lane, So the floor is yours. Please take the floor and give her a big welcome.
Hello. Good evening. Am I clear?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, actually, first of all, I would like to thank Ma'am Alka, Sister Alka Mahajan, for inviting me here. You know, after hearing those speakers before me, I have one word that I want to share before I share you my insights. You know, education. It is when I started 2013, I started a women empowerment, the global campaign. That was from India, and I am representing Philippines during that time. That was 8 years ago. And my motto when I started the campaign, I am the only representative using the motto, education is the powerful tools to change the world. I hold that wisdom from that word came from Mahatma Gandhi. That is very powerful word that encouraged me to do the campaign for women empowerment. And second, when you educate a woman, you also educate a nation, right? Because education in leadership started with a woman. I believe in that. I believe in that because from home, the home cannot be built without a woman. A family can't be formed without a woman. So to emphasize the leadership in education, I will start from the smallest unit of our society, and that begin from the family. A mother as an educator, we raise the child, we send it to school, and then we educate the children inside the school and learn and grow up and passing the same process, the same cycle as a human being. But at the present, I just want to share this to all the leaders that this COVID pandemic, I want to share also that the innovation, the acquisition of knowledge, the education that we gain from the institution, from the school, that is all begin from ourselves. You know, we have to bring from the basic. This situation presently as a doctor of humanity, working with a humanitarian in different field of expertise, in different sectors, in different industries, in different institution, in different pillars of our society, it is important that we will learn also that this situation, COVID, helps us realize that we will going to give our time and our self a reflection to bring it to the basic. You know, we learn so much. Human beings will learn so much, but we don't realize that we have to begin this time to the basic, to get out from the doors in our house and look at the simple things. You know, from the simple things that's not involved in innovation. You know, in innovation in technology, let us first learn to appreciate little things around us, our environment, you know, because here in the Philippines, I am also a president of the TBC, that is to be changed, and we are advocates of the natural resources. I am also an environmentalist. Yes, and I want to share to all the leaders here that it is very important that we have a lot of knowledge. People evolve, you know, but if we give value to bring ourselves back to basic, we have caused too much abuse in our environment, in our life, and we didn't realize that the situation that we are currently facing is because of us also. So that's not bad to learn a lot, to have everything, to have the scientific research, innovation, and everything, but changes everything. I have nothing against it, but if there is no application and there is no effort, taking the change to be a good educator, to make the best of it, and to adopt the digital platforms, but try to figure it out in simple things. We lost the human connection because of that learnings and too much innovation and technologies and everything, the new norms. We lost the human connection, and that is the big challenge of all the educators. Because of that, we forgot sometimes that we are being manipulated by what we are created. We forgot the human connection to our student, to our family, to the people around us. We lost it. The physical touch, the real human connection. So that's what I mean to bring ourselves back to the basic, being human, to have feelings, to have engaged, to have connection to each other. That's just the secret how to be an effective educator, not just in a classroom, but to all those people you are influenced with, and simple things helps us realize will give big impact as a leader. And I think everybody here, this is my first time to join this Zoom conference, and I'm very happy sharing you my side also. But I hope I am not giving some discouragement to the other speakers of what I said, but really this sharings that I have, especially the other one also, it gives me catches my attention, the culture. Last night I attended the cultural from the United Nations in USA. We have a cultural show in the United Nations last night, virtual conference. And culture, it is very important to respect each other's culture, the differences, the culture from each countries, to have respect each other's culture from our origin, because that is also bringing back to basic from where we came from. Our culture, it defines where we came from, who we are, and that thing will help us respect each other if as a human. So it doesn't label us what is our religion, what is our profession, what is our gospel, everything. It gives us knowledge from the simple things that as a human we see, we respect each other, and we try to embrace each other's differences. So that is the important little things that I want to share to everybody here. And thank you, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity to speak. So I am from Philippines, everybody. I'm from Philippines. Thank you so much.
Manga, you salamat for that. You were wonderful. It did not seem that you were speaking for the first time on a Zoom conference. Honestly, you seem to be a seasoned speaker. Your thoughts, what do I say? They were so encouraging and inspiring. The fact that you said we've lost the human touch and we need to be reconnected with that, I think that is very important. And at the end of the day, we need to realize that though we're in a virtual world, but we still need to somehow maintain those connections. So be it by just picking up the phone and chatting to your friends, just writing a personal text or a personal message. I don't know, but we really need to do that. And we really need to refrain from getting manipulated by all these technological devices. That is something that we really need to keep in mind. After all, we are talking of spreading smiles and healing the world in a beautiful way. And we cannot do that if we are being manipulated. And I can see that you're sweating. I can see that it is hot in Philippines because I was there for 5 years. I studied there. So I know that the weather is pretty hot, but I enjoyed myself in the Philippines. And yes, you know what? You remind me of that actress in Philippines, though she's from the 70s, I think. I don't remember. But Wilma Santos and Nora Aunor. I remember that. Yeah, they used to say, dahil sayo, nais kong mabuhay. Dahil sayo, hanggang mamatay. So,
wow.
I hope I spoke properly Tagalog. I used to speak it very well when I was there.
You study in Philippines? You studied here?
For 5 years, yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you so much. I think it was Malate Catholic School. It was Malate Catholic School, yes, in Manila. And I enjoyed myself over there. And that's why I have this special fascination with Philippines and everyone from Philippines. So thank you so much. And once again, a big, big salamat to you. Keep shining, keep rocking always. And my friend, my Winnie friend, you were amazing, my dear. Look at you, so much exuberance and so much energy while moderating. I mean, you did a fantastic job. You kept everyone smiling and you kept everyone glued to their seats. So thank you. Now, please.
Well, back connection. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Elka. I think from Dr. JC's sharing, a very important message, a pen, a book, and an educator will change the world. And also educating a woman will educating the nation. So we need to build a trust and love, starting from small thing. So I think that's something connect with the previous speaker. We need to build trust and love with our students. So we need to put Maslow before Bloom. So human connection, very important. So that's why we are here. So we are connected together. So this is what we call wireless connect. So now it's my great honor to move to our next part, next session. I would like to invite the next moderator, Dr. Madhiv. Dr. Madhiv, please take the floor. We are going to have a fabulous speaker as usual. Thank you. Thank you so much. I will move to Dr. Madhiv.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And from my side, greeting all excellency and a very warm welcome to all in today's insightful, incredible, and informative session. Well, I'm your host for this evening, Madhvi Bose, and I feel privileged to extend my warm welcome to all presented here. Thank you all the attendees who has taken out their precious time to join us, and I would love to welcome our exceptional, dazzling, genius, and dynamic educators who are among us on today's intellectual guest speakers. So here we go. As we are running sort of time, so let's start. First of all, I would love to invite Mr. Rakesh Varma from Qatar, having more than 30 years of his teaching experience and 10 years as an administrator. He's currently working in a CBSE school in Qatar where he teaches political science to senior secondary students. He has also been coordinating the activities of various clubs like Eco Club and Quiz Club, Disaster Management Team, Discipline Committee, etc. So please, Rakesh sir, over to you.
Good afternoon, good evening to everybody. Thank you very much, Alka ma'am, for giving me a chance. Thank you, Ms. Madhvi. Thank you, all the speakers. It's already more than 2 hours. We are glued to the thing and it's very exciting. Almost all diaspora and all varieties have been speaking about education, and we are very fortunate to have right from Greece to Philippines, and now it's my chance. Although I'm an Indian, but I stay here for last 10 years in Qatar, and my topic is innovation in education. So can I share the screen to go fast?
Sure, sure, sure.
Is it visible?
Absolutely, absolutely.
As I told you, I am here for last 10 years, and since I was here, I was told to innovate myself, and we were told to have differential learning. And in this way, COVID has taught us, like previous speaker told, COVID, the pandemic has taught us to be innovative, but not to lose human touch. I can inform you that we have not lost human touch. For example, uh, regarding the small children of class 3, 4, 5, we have told, or I have specially told the parents that they can act like in a hotel, restaurant, and they can make them sit, and they can serve the children. They can have prepare a menu card and behave like in a restaurant, so they won't feel that they are not in a restaurant or they are homebound. Similarly, the students are in Zoom classes, or they are not. No doubt, physical touch is not there, but I remember in my childhood, uh, we used to play school in the house. We used to play market, or uh, like you means we will doctor and nurse, or you become patient. We used to play in our childhood means when we were only 10 years or 15 years before that age. So why not now? So parents also can help. We can help. It's a collaboration between parents, teacher, and children. So in this way, innovation starts from family. Previous speaker was very right. The family also is part of society, the smallest unit. And in this way, my motto is right, not from pandemic, right from the day I became a teacher, that we have to learn, unlearn, relearn. So we have to learn what we learned, then we have to unlearn, because time is changing. Like erase from the hard disk. Again, software, iOS 13, Apple 13. In this way, when new versions are coming for electronic device, our mind also should be like that. Learn, unlearn, relearn. Thank you again, CHILPARCO International. I'm very much fortunate to be in touch with you. It's a godsend opportunity. Now, previously, I hope I am audible, because am I audible?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
Yes, you are.
Because I'm not seeing anyone. Anyway, the traditional method was talk and talk. And we used to talk, children used to listen, we used to write on the board, and one period over, next teacher will come. Students were just mere spectators, and they were afraid of the stick. And we had every sorts of punishment, but now punishment has been banned. And if we do talk and talk, it's total waste. And one more thing, internet has given them more information than what we provide. We are not giving information to them. They know better beforehand. What we are doing, we are felicitating. We are coach. We are trying to put that information in a proper way. Like you have lot of spices. You put one spice in the salt section, in the other one. In that, we don't mix everything. So here also all informations are there. Only we have to coach. We have to guide them which place to learn what and how to pass or how to succeed in their life. Now that was limitation previous, when they were not having any except textbook. Now they have textbook, they can Google, they have reference books, they have coaching centers, they have Zoom classes, they have their educated parents, a nuclear family, father giving more time to them. Previously, they were dependent on uncle, auntie, grandfather. Now, no doubt, it's a nuclear family disadvantage, but advantage is that father or mother give more time to their children. So limitations of tradition was only speaking. They are listening. No interaction between each other. And also, practical and real life situations were never taught. Now we teach everything which is applicable, which is application based, which is useful in their life. Like Confucius told, I hear and I forget. I see and I believe. I do and I understand. Doing is the best to learn. When you do, you have to first use your mind, then you apply, and when you do it yourself, like cooking, you will never forget in your life. So they do now experiment, science experiment is must. When you do experiment, you learn the concept. So learning by doing. So we CBSE schools especially have given a more emphasis on learning by doing. Now this was the class when we were students. Typical class, teacher is teaching, students are listening, 2-3 textbooks are there, open page number this and underline this. So okay, homework this. Next day you have to bring. Evening they will copy, they will ask their parents and give the homework, or they can copy from the friend next day and give. If not, we will punish you. You have to go get out of the class, stand there, kneel down and whatnot. Now the classroom scenario is changed. Parents also at times come and then make group of differential learning, and different people are coming in different efficiency level is different. Some you cannot compare. I told in the last session, you cannot compare banana with strawberry. Similarly, children are different. All children are not same, but everyone is unique. Everyone has something better than the other. So this differential learning process in the school, this is the latest and the most innovative idea of teaching students. Now, the student always has these in the mind. An innocent student, not a student of class 12 or 10, class 2, 3, 4, 5 student, 10-year-old student, always have something. See his drawing. He will draw something what comes to his mind. He wants to become pilot. Then afterwards, slowly, he understands that maybe parental finance is not there, or maybe capacity is not there, maybe resources are not there. Then he goes for engineering or maybe some other. But innocently, they will say, I want to become pilot. Big aims they have. Why? Their mind is always working. They are creative. They have ideas. They are fully motivated and they plan. But a small child who cannot speak can cry and convince the parent to buy ice cream. Just imagine if the parent is not telling new method of crying and jumping and sitting on the ground in the marketplace. Why? This is innovation. They know innovation. Why not we? Everyone knows how to innovate and how to succeed or how to improve themselves. But we don't want to learn. We have become watertight. We know everything. Like the previous speaker told, we should think that we don't know anything. Then only we can succeed in life. So that thing, if we forget, that ego and the thing that I know everything should not be there with you. If that two things are there, that I know nothing and I want to know much from others. Number two, I want to change. If one person is changed in his life, my work is done. That aim, I go to the class, and if one student knows more than what he knew before I came to the class, I am successful. Now there previously teacher student only. Now teacher student internet also has come into being. Internet gives more information. Internet keeps us connected. Internet makes him study from with his peer. Internet makes him know what is going on latest in the world. We don't know. I told once that we teachers have become and come at par with the Oxford University professors. Previously, I used to hear that they open the book and solve OTBA, open test book assessment. Now we are doing this. We used to know that we used to see in the TV this Skype written on top when ministers or some foreign leaders are talking directly with the news reader studio. Now we consider it's a silver lining in the cloud. Don't we never think it's negative or like we should not be negative about pandemic. It's just made us learn, and that learning, what again the previous speaker was telling, because I am the last, that's why I'm repeating this. That learning should never end. The moment you think you know everything, you are equal to dead person. I just go a little bit. past. I believe that I have blessings of God, that He has empowered me with immense treasure that a great teacher must have. We all are lucky. No doubt, teaching profession, some maximum parts of the world give less income. We are human beings, we become little rejected by why we chose, but it's given to us by God. We are the best server, 24/7. My students are waiting for me to give them. Now with WhatsApp, they are all waiting for me to give them knowledge, information, remove their difficulties, confusion. So we are the most noblest of the profession. We make other profession. It's very, very true. No doubt the compensation part is little less, or you can say, but I don't think like that. God will give. God will make my child greater, and our economic condition will improve. No problem. And the respect we give. People come and touch our feet. We forget their names, but they don't forget us. That is my belief. Now, innovation for my side. I am always creative. Creative doesn't mean to be artist. Creative means what I did yesterday, I should create something new. The students, when I enter the class, they expect the sir is going to show some magic. Magic in the sense, new thing. The way I teach, the way I speak, they are ready to, if they are interested with me, they will be interested with my subject. And if they like me, they will like my subject. And vice versa. If they don't like me, gone. My aim is zero. I am totally failure. So we have to be creative. Always we have to create new things. Like what I did yesterday, I should do better than that. Collaborative, obviously with parents and with their peers, they have to, and with our school leaders, and then WhatsApp has and other media has made us all interact with each other. Courageous, yes. Mistakes. Oh, I will make mistake. Mr. Show that I am trying. If I don't make mistake, that means I am not trying. The mistakes are stepping stones to success. Curious. I'm always curious. From the starting 7 o'clock, 7:30, I was sitting and just thinking the way they are speaking, the way moderator is doing, the way Alka ma'am has made this umbrella organization. You have to be curious. If you are not curious, you are not a normal human being. Connected. We are connected thanks to www.com and thanks to the I can say internet and other devices which we can afford. If we are human beings, we have passion. We have to have compassion. And if we don't have compassion, we are animals then. Animals also have love towards them, where we cannot understand, but we are human beings. We have passion, and with that passion, if we show towards others, obviously our aim, our goal will be achieved. Committed, obviously, everyone is committed. Teacher, not teacher only. Our husband is committed to wife, father is committed to the family, children are committed to mother and father, what they want, what they expect, and boss is committed to the higher authority. We are committed to our heads, and wherever, and we are while driving, we are committed to the rules of the country and the traffic. So commitment is a must. Discipline will automatically make us have commitment, have compassion, be creative. A disciplined teacher has everything what I was showing the previous slides, and learning never ends. So my aim is the teacher is the greatest innovator in the world. How? Because maybe he's 20 years or 80 years, he never stops learning because he has to learn. That passion of teaching the students will make, because students today are better than previous last year, and the next year will be even better than this year. In that way, to make them or to make us equal to them or to satisfy them, we have to also learn. So anyone who keeps learning stays young, and we are fortunate if the teacher who is teaching KG children, she is bubbling. She is like KG children. Those who are teaching teenagers like me, I am always teenager. People say, don't tell. People tell you don't look like what your age is. Because yeah, you always smile because teenagers smile. Teenagers are always busy with some naughty things, and I like them. Naughty person is a person whose antenna is always working. Not that naughty means to be negative. Naughtiest person will be most intelligent person in the world, and I like it. So teacher has to innovate and accordingly deal with those students who are in different ways. For example, I go to substitute class, and I maybe class 3, sometimes they send me. Then I have to deal with them. I tell them. One day I told them, how many fingers you have? They told 10. I told, no, I have 11. They told, how? I told 1. Then they started counting. 2, 3, 4, 5. How many fingers in my left hand? 5. In my right hand? Now I will count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. 6 plus 5, 11. Mouth open. They're all surprised. The 8-year-old kids, newly they're learning how to do maths. In that way, they meet me now in the corridor. Good morning, sir. What my aim is done. They like me, and my 30 minutes of in the class, instead of passing time, do your work. The teachers say, okay, don't talk. Why you are talking? Why you are getting up? They not like me. We have to deal with that. So that is one of the way to innovate, creative. Now, lastly, I will not take more time, 2 more minutes. Lastly, when we teach geography, history, maths, all are connected to each other. For example, I am a social science teacher and a political science teacher now. In class 10, I was teaching them geography. I told them history. I told them see the news and make a news like program. Whatever is going on. That time there was that World Trade Center accident or incident. And then they started doing that. And then where is New York? They have to point. So geography came in that. And then look at the culture of USA and how they dress, nearest beach, Miami. In that way, they all started thinking. And then our geography, history, and current affairs, everything. Then culture, what they eat, which is the nearest beach, or which restaurant they have. Everything was done. So lastly, we are second parents to students. Parents are both working. They expect us to be their second parent, you can say, or better than parent. Students are all in our hand. If we, the teacher, do not innovate, we, the teacher, do not satisfy them, we, the teacher, do not take care, our next generation, we are the to be blamed. We have spoiled the next generation. And lastly, humor. Every class, marketing strategy is there. In MBA, I was taught, whenever you leave the customer, you should leave something which they remember. So similarly, when I leave the class, I should crack a joke or do something, praise someone, or tell some incident so that they remember. That humor, not always humor means to make them laugh. Anything will relax them, will make them interested. In the evening, they will do my homework. First, they will do my homework, then the other teacher's homework, and then next day they will be waiting for me. The moment they wait for me, that is the best a teacher can achieve. Only thing, challenges now, which we teachers face, that we should be now teaching them what is relevant to the daily life, what is relevant to the current situation of the world, so that they can go in the market. They are market ready. Then we have to build the skill. And many gadgets have come, pager, then mobile, then tabs, then now Zoom. We have to learn. And plus, each student is different. Every student is having different needs, be it specially able, be it hard SDD child, be it very gifted children, very high level intelligence. Every student we have to be. This is the magic a teacher has to do. Then ultimately, thank you so much. This I wanted to tell. I think more than 5 minutes.
Very informative, sir. And I really understand being a teacher, I can understand the feeling of ours. We have a complete stamina in immunity power to teach 12 hours. I keep saying that if you wake me up mid of the night, 2 o'clock for teaching, I'm always ready for that. And I did that for my, when it comes to interview skills for my students, I did that. So this is just amazing, but I'm so compliant because of we are running sort of time. So please go with 2 to 3 minutes. So it will be amazing. We can, wrap up with the time. So let's move to our next honorable guest, Ms. Fatima Sogra from India. Fatima Sogra, Vice Principal, founder of RK Foundation, influential leader and social activist. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening and namaskar, everyone. Firstly, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to CHILPARCO International founder Alka ma'am and the whole team of CHILPARCO International. So we are running short of time. So I want to start my topic. My topic is skills. Yes, the future belongs to those who learn more skills and combine them in a creative ways. Yes, there are many type of skills, soft skills, hard skills, skills that encompass interpersonal or introspective qualities. These are harder to learn or qualify without real experience. Listening, communication, leadership, positivity, problem solving, empathy, compassion, all are soft skills. And in hard skills, they are acquired through formal education and training programs like computer programming, writing, mathematics, etc. Job success typically requires combination of hard skills and soft skills, and there are many type of skills, presentation skills, vocational skills. I would like to share my views on vocational skills. Yes, it is a currently one skills training program is a need of our. It is a vocational skills. Yes, it may or may not be related to your career, but in education field, if you see that it is a very important part of life to grow in every aspect as individuals. Since colonial India, the education system hasn't changed much. The focus on academic education and the focus on academic education and the competitiveness of it, and it is a helpful to some degrees but not all the way through, and for the same purpose it is a vital that it is a and the study which trains us to be a better professionals is called vocational training.
Georgia, ma'am, please mute yourself. Yeah, please continue, ma'am.
With the world coming close and becoming a small place, the opportunities are only rising. Vocational education trains us in a specific skill, and this experience is directly linked to a career in future. Earlier, this training in a required skill was given prior to the interview with an instructor. Now there are courses offered for skill training in every career field like banking, marketing, civil engineering, fashion designing, beauty services, logistic management, travel and tourism, etc. Many fields are there. These courses are also available in online formats, and with the institutions being shut due to recent lockdowns, you know very well, you are very aware about this factor. These online courses are gaining popularities. Vocational educational skills is the need of our. Why it is need of our? Because the practical learning experience boosts confidence, generates employability and better professionals. All this is a leading to an increase in the economy of our country. Let me tell you some few important points related to vocational skills. Vocational education is not just academic focus. This type of education is a practical approach to learn skills and develop competency. Several formal and non-formal ways to attain this training and education. It can also be through family members at home training. When one has a family business set up, you can see many training programs are also available online, which has seen a spike in a growth in recent times from 2000 to 2014. The profits of vocational institutions have raised up to 68.7%. Yes, these training courses are employability, help individuals to be independent and career oriented. Last but not a least, I want to share my skill. My best skill is that I am a coachable. Thank you to everyone listen me, and I am very thankful to Alka ma'am to giving me chance to speak at front of you all. Thank you.
Amazingly expressed, ma'am, with a very short time, and incredible. Now let's move to Dr. Vaishali Tripathi from India, educator, SME, author, speaker, and healer. So I would love to listen to you because I'm also an author and waiting. Please, ma'am, go ahead.
Good evening and namaste to everyone. I'm Dr. Vaishali Tripathi, and I would like to give my heartfelt gratitude to Alka ma'am for giving the chance to speak on this floor of CHILPARCO International Wireless Connect. So my topic is motivation and encouragement. We all know that when you decide to be different, you will find motivation seeping into your thoughts and into your actions as well. And motivation helps you to take actions, and it becomes an inner drive which will propel you in your life forward. And it is that one spark that when ignited can become a big fire, and that will transform you into better and improved version of yourself. And every day is a change, and be ready for that change, because this change can change everything in your life. And accept this as an encouragement to climb the stairs of success. Now, encouragement for students is very important, because we all are educators here and we are talking everything related to education only. So I'll be sharing some views of how we can encourage our students when they come in the classes. So first point is know your student's name. Well, you will not like calling them roll number 1 or roll number 2, or calling them ABCD, or without giving them a name, you will not call them. Like I will not call Madhvi as DMR, right? DMB. So I'll properly take her name. In corporate world, it is okay, you take the names. Even in education world, you'll find that we give a proper tag to our teachers, like we'll call them teacher, or we call them sir or ma'am. So it's very important to give a proper name, and we should know the name of our children who are studying in our class. So this is the first and most important thing, that know your student's name and try to learn within 2 to 3 days of your class. Then plan for every class you go. They never go into the classes without planning, because the first impression that a child has on you is from the very first class you go and deliver in the classes. So always remember to plan for your class and then go and enter your class. Next is pay attention to the strengths and limitations of your kids, because it is very important. If you don't know what they are lagging in, what they are not able to understand, then you will not able to motivate them in anything they are doing. So this is a third point which I need to tell you. Next, try to create a class which have a U-shape like structure, so that you will be able to focus properly on each and every student, whether the student is average student or the student is a good learner. So this will also help you and help the student also to learn new things. Then vary your instructional strategies. Try to do different things. You can use videos, you can do case studies, you can do group discussions as well. You can demonstrate you can demonstrate your class through plays also. So that will also encourage your students in studying properly. Then review the learning that you are giving in the class. Always try to get the feedbacks from your students, because not only your feedback is important, but the feedback of your students is also very important, because it helps both the ways. You will also improve, and similarly the students also improve. Then move around the class when you are teaching them, because it always helps to get interactive with the class students. Otherwise the students feels bored. Some students are not paying attention in the class. But now, since we are doing the classes from online, so we can view them properly through the camera. So that is not a big issue. But when you're in the class physically, then always roam in the class and then teach them. Make your classes relevant. Be sure the students see how the contents are related to them and how they can relate it with the world as well. So this will also encourage them to learn new things. Be expressive. Keep a very beautiful smile on your face. Don't show that you had a fight with your husband or you have quarreled with your children. Don't do that. Be expressive all the time. You can keep a very beautiful smile on your face. Wear good clothes, because clothes also have a good impact on students as well. Don't do very hard makeup. You can do soft makeup as well while going to the classes. So that will also encourage your students to be in the class. Now, put some excitement in your speech. Don't be a dull speaker. Have your pitch, sometimes it can go high, sometimes it can go low. So you can do that way also. You can use some excellent words for your children when they are doing something, like you're doing good, you're doing excellently well. So you can use these words also to encourage your students. Give a lot of examples, because examples helps them to learn everything in a very proper way. So that is also very important to encourage the students to learn. Then encourage your students to share their ideas, because all the time speaking in the class will make the class bore. So it's better you encourage them so that they can share their ideas and they can comment everything, even if you are wrong, because your feedback also matters a lot. So allow them to speak in the class. Maintain eye contact. Don't ever try to do like, don't go away from them. Try to do all the eye contacts, because it creates not only security, but also shows that you can control the class as well. So maintain that eye contact with the students. This also encourage them and tells them, yes, my teacher is very strong, and she or he can handle the class very nicely. Then provide this opportunity to students to speak in the class. This is also very important to come out from their shells, because some students are not open in the classes. They are binded in their shells. So we should always encourage them to open in the classes. Be available before class starts or during breaks or after the class, so that if a child is having any type of issues related, whether it is related to your home or with their studies, they can come and share it with you, so that you can encourage them to be a better version of themselves. Then always remember, if you're giving some assignments in the class, then you should return the assignments and the test copies you are doing immediately, as soon as possible. Don't take it too long. Don't take a month to deliver your assignments to the students, because this demotivates them. And last, if your student feels demotivated and he or she is not doing good in the studies, instead of quarreling them or instead of keeping expectations from them, you can encourage them by saying that you can do much better in the next class or in the next assignment. Don't lose hope. So our encouragement will always help our student to grow. And last but not the least, your mind is like a parachute. It works only when it is open, and it will open with your positive thoughts and encouragement we get from around. So keep motivating and encouraging not only yourself, but also others. Thank you so much.
Magnificent dignitaries. The way you are speaking, I would love to hear you whole of the night, because it is seriously so much informative being a teacher, but again, very much complies with the time, so we have to respect accordingly. And now another prominent speaker, we are moving to Mohammad Zubair from India. Mohammad Zubair, sir, Assistant Professor, Central University, Special Education, Education Psychology, Guidance and Counseling, International Speaker on different topics related to education. So, yes, sir, we would love to hear you.
Thank you, Madhvi ma'am, for inviting me here. And Alka ma'am, I would like to thanks to Alka ma'am for inviting me here to speak on this topic. And I am waiting from the last 2.5 hours, because it's my second event in a row. So, today my topic is, as we all know, inclusion or diversity. It's very, these are the terms we are, we are listening on the regular basis. So diversity as an, dimension that can use to differentiate groups and people from another. And in a nutshell, it's about empowering friends in terms of age, gender, ethnicity, religion, disability, sexual orientation, education, or the national origin. So diversity allows for the exploration of these differences in a safe, positive, and nurturing environment. And it means understanding one another by, surpassing simple tolerance to ensure people truly, value their differences. And this allows us both to embrace and also to celebrate the rich dimensions of diversity contained, within each individual and place, and positive value on diversity in the community and in the workforce. So each individual, is different. And, when we talk about the society, lots of, people come from different regions, from some students are, special education, some students are special needs, and, brings with them a diverse set of perspectives, work and life experiences, as well as religious and cultural differences, and the differences on the basis of language, on the basis of, on the basis of the abilities. So the power of diversity can only be unleashed, and its benefits reaped when we recognize these differences and learn to respect and value each individual really irrelevant of their background. So at Global Diversity Practice, we help organizations to implement diversity policies nowadays. So now I would like to a little bit about inclusion is an organizational effort and practices in which different groups or individuals having different backgrounds are culturally and socially accepted and welcomed and equally treated. Some in our society, marginalized groups are there, tribes are there, special needs kids are there, women are there, so we have to provide equal opportunities to them. So these differences could be self-evident, such as national origin, age, race, and ethnicity, religion, belief, gender, or the marital status and socio-economic status, or they could be more inherent, such as educational background, training, sector experience. So inclusion is a sense of belonging, and inclusive culture make people feel respected and valued because they all are getting equal opportunities in the same setup. And people feel a level of supportive energy and commitment from others so that they can do their best at work. So inclusion often means a shift in an organization's mind and culture that has visible effects, such as participation in meeting, or how we are working in our schools and colleges. So fostering inclusion and awareness around multicultural education and taking a culturally responsive approach to teaching benefits of all students. Nowadays, we are talking about, firstly, how do you manage diversity in the classroom? Firstly, there are several ways teachers and administrators, such as principals and coaches, can ensure that both and get to know your students. Firstly, you have to know about your students, ensuring that cultural awareness is promoted in the classroom. It starts with the teacher understanding each individual is different in the class. So maintain consistent communication with your students, make a good relationship with them, acknowledge and respect every student, because it don't bias with them. It is also important for students to celebrate and respect their own diverse backgrounds as well as each other's. So when appropriate, teachers should encourage students to research and learn about their own ethnic and cultural backgrounds. Practice cultural sensitivity in the class, manage sensitivity, incorporate diversity in the lesson plan. Because as a teacher, the classroom environment is for fostering cultural awareness in the class, but you also should ensure. So give students freedom and flexibility to speak. You can interact with them in a positive manner, because if they will participate, they will learn a lot by exposure, by environment you are creating in a class. So why it is so important to teach culture in the classroom? Because students become more empathetic. Students gain a better understanding of lesson and people or the society, and the students will be we have to make them independent or citizen of the country, global citizen or the country citizen. So students feel more confident and safe, and students are better prepared, because teacher as a molder, because we have to mold and we have to achieve my desired goals and we have to mold them according to the needs. So classroom is a cross section of the society where the diversity existing among people in the community is reflected, and the increasing number of learners from diverse backgrounds admitted to the classroom has reinforced the importance of making school more inclusive. Nowadays, we are talking about facilities there, infrastructure is there. So within a relatively much higher variations in the talents and social and cultural, economic and political backgrounds of the learners, a teacher is expected to transfer the understanding and position about diversity in the classroom. Possesses identify and recognize the traits of the diversity among learners in order to address the corresponding issues and challenges with respect to curriculum design, teaching learning practices and processes and learning materials, so that preciously the inclusion is an unrelenting process of augmenting learning and participation of all students irrespective of their needs. We are giving them
Honorable brother, can you please round up? It would be great.
Okay. So It's a big in 5 minutes, very difficult to complete two topics, but I will try. So, in Indian scenario, when we talk about the school education, we are facing government is promoting the inclusive education, because it is providing the equal opportunities for all and maintaining removing and eradicating the negative aspects from the society. We are awareing the society. It is a process to bring all students together in one classroom and one school, regardless of their strengths and weaknesses, and we are providing need-based education to them. And it is a process where diversity in a group with respect to any aspect is appreciated, and in which everyone is recognized. And it is an effort to make sure that diverse learner, those with disabilities or from different backgrounds, different languages, cultures, they are learned by their own pace. And as a teacher, we have to work on it. So it is a process that allows every individual to feel accepted, valued, and respect and safe. An inclusive community consistently involves to meet the changing needs of its member. We have to make them independent, and it means enhancing the well-being of every member of the community. So we have to develop all the human beings in that manner as a citizen. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a million. And it was actually magnificent. Now I would like to announce first award of proactive CHILPARCO. First of all, Mr. Honorable Dipesh Abrul, respected Dipali Mishra, ma'am. Then Honorable Shobhana Konijia, respected Ambika Punj Sood, respected Vyoma Bhandari, Honorable Harshita Rajput, respected Ronak Malpani, Honorable Denny Demesh, respected Bhumika Tiwari, Honorable Radhika Tiwari, and respected Narayani Timsana, Honorable Pratiksha Thakur, and respected Priya Mohindru, Honorable Sapna Nusrat, respected Kalpana Sadhu, and Honorable Menmya Rana. Congratulations, felicitation, hats off, kudos, and many, many congratulations to all of you. Thank you so much to be proactive. And now I would like to call the next dignitary. But before that, as I'm going to leave, so I would like to say to all of you, great dignitary. You all are the personality of distinct vision and fountainhead of illuminating ideas, an idol of knowledge, experience, and inspiration to accept my endless gratitude. Even Alka ma'am, who has really connected the nation together, Egypt, Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, Indonesia, Greece, Croatia, Armenia, Philippines, Brazil, Nigeria, Argentina. So colorful. It is like I could say knowledge prejudice, which we are together. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And rest after this, I'm going to hand over to Noor sir. Before that, I'm going to call Miss Ikra Akram from Pakistan, research scholars, Lahore College for Women University, visiting lecturer, workshop resource person, social activist, international keynote speaker, researcher, and author. Please, please, we would love to hear you. Noor sir, you please you can continue accordingly.
Sister Ikra, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We can, sister.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Yes, loud and clear. Go on.
Yeah, let me start. Okay, I would like to share my views on visual leadership here. And the COVID-19 pandemic has plunged global economies and affected billions of people, making it the worst global crisis since the Second World War. To remain operative, essential services as logistics, food, retail, and health care had to integrate health measures to protect customers and employers. In this contrast, we just observed that the travel and non-essential service-based businesses such as airlines, hotels, and salons had to shut down due to lockdown measures. So in the meanwhile, such as the media, education, and financial services have to alter existing ways and implement new ways of operation. This meant service providers, including those of the essential services providers, had to adapt to a virtual work environment to keep their businesses running. In the addition to juggling to the workplace's responsibilities in an unfamiliar virtual environment, the employers also had to deal with the other duties like providing childcare and educational services to children at home, which was previously taken care of by institutions such as daycares and the schools. Visual teams are characterized by dimensional dispersions from traditional teams and are dependent on technology for communicating within and outside the company. These dimensional aspects can be based on geography, organization, culture, where one aspect does not necessarily take precedence over the others. So the visual teams are mostly described as the as the one person working in the same geographical area and the time zone as their team members before the start of the pandemic. However, during the pandemic, the teams conducted work almost exclusively virtually via phone, email, text messages, instant messages, collaborative work places, and video conferences like we are doing here. And the pandemic has accelerated a digital transformation that adds to the challenges faced by the leaders to manage the business and its workforce. Remote work environments has brought it into the challenges, into the teams and the leadership. The current situations motivated us to pursue our research or pursue the different aspects of our life, of the different fields as well. So I would like to discuss some challenges that the visual leaders are facing. The most crucial challenge that the visual leader are facing is to integrate the virtual team's demand. As the members of the virtual teams are spread in different time zones, this requires different plans for call or conferences. We have different time schedules, we have different weather conditions, we have different geographical conditions. Almost everything is different from each other. So it's difficult to collaborate with the team. Moreover, the most of the work of the virtual team is to be done at home. Therefore, it can be a pandemic to create a balance between the work and the family matters. The virtual team have expanded in different geographical zones where different cultures prevail, different rules, regulations exist, and different businesses processes are applied. This type of diversity creates problems and complexities for virtual team leaders. Whenever the virtual team is expanded across cities, countries, or continents, virtual team leader is required to consider different methods of communication and strategies. In rare cases, it happened that the virtual teams are equipped with all technologies required to perform from its inception. So while talking about the advancement of the information technology and the change in the need of the virtual teams, leaders are allowed to use different types of tools depending on the availability in different regions. It's again the leader's responsibility to monitor closely the tools and latest technologies and changes over a period of time to be more competitive. Virtual team technologies keep evolving over time, and there is always a need to change the hardware and software to remain competitive. We have many challenges like we are having some technology orient less technology oriented people. We are having connectivity issues. We are having less opportunities. There are diverse issues that the virtual leaders are facing in these days. So I would like to propose some recommendations for the virtual leaders. Visual leaders must provide the required training on participation to each member and should not assume that best practice of traditional work will seamlessly be transferred in virtual environment. So the coordination barrier that is associated with virtual work settings must be overcome by the leaders across different cultures, time zones, and the languages. Trust and cohesion must be created among team members so that the must identify the common goals and objectives. So the leaders must establish some sort of communication standards for internal communication between members so that the misinterpretation should be avoided. So lastly, the effective leadership should enhance the team experience of each member by confirming that every member has equal opportunity to learn, contribute, and grow. Said he or she should feel an important part of the team. So I think that the democracy should have to be there, not the laissez-faire, but I prefer the democracy should have to be in the team to encourage the participants to lead the team in the best way, in the effective way. So I thought that I have concluded that. Thank you so much, Elka, for providing me this opportunity, for such a great opportunity. Thank you so much.
Wow, such a great. In a short, you will cover all the information. This means a lot, and we are really, CHILPARCO International, really grateful to your words. Thank you so much for being with us and share your valuable words as well. So without further ado, I would like to call the guest of honor today, the guest of honor, Dr. Akash Mida, who is the Senior Assistant Professor, Lateral Memorial Science and Technology, Jaipur. He is a poet, writer, performer, president, and so many activities he has been doing. So it's really a great thing, I have to say. So he also founder of the Creative Soul. Without further ado, I would like to call our guest of honor today, Dr. Akash Mida.
Thank you. Dr. Noor Muhammad Ahmad, sir. That is pleasure for me. That is Dr. Alka Mahajan ma'am invited me on this great platform where intellectuals are present here, and I got a learning from different speakers today. Lot of things already discussed on this platform, leadership in education, different aspects of leadership skills and traits like this diversity, leadership, communication skills, and other traits which a particular leader should have. So because I'm a poet, I'm a writer, so first of all, I would like to congratulate all the speakers, all the awardees, and all the moderators for this beautiful organization and of this event. And also special thanks to a leader, that is today's leader is Alka Mahajan ma'am, clapping for her. So organizing this beautiful program. And further, I would like to congratulate Noor Ahmad sir. I admire you, appreciate you, your moderating skills. And after that, I will talk upon little bit about leadership. Earlier speakers already discussed about in detail. So कत्ल करने को काफ़ी है बस चेहरा आपका, उर्दू एंड हिंदी आई एम टेलिंग. कत्ल करने को काफ़ी है बस चेहरा आपका, और तारीफ़ क्या करूं उसकी है जो खुद सरापा नूर का. It means this overall head to toe, you are illuminating, you are a light, you are glorifying person who is orating well and who is giving his insight, who is moderating today's event very well. So aapki tareef mein, in your appreciation, I said these words. So leader, if we are talking about previous times, if we have seen the leaders earlier time for students or in companies, whatever we see, the leaders were working differently, like schooling and all type of things, maybe in teaching field. That scenario now the scenario is new breed is generation alpha. So that generation alpha scenario has changed because of technology. New that technology, devices and different things came into existence. Now being a teacher, you are not only that facilitator, you have also to equip yourself with different kind of technological inputs, and you have to give deliverables in that sense in which student can understand in his language, his jargons and his skills. You have to equip with your skill sets like his skills, because nowadays you can see the students himself, they are that much of capable or creative, you can say. They are doing new things, new questions arises from them. So being a teacher, if you are working as leader, so I would like to say some few more lines. I will give its that is translation in English also. तो थोड़ी सी बात अपनी रखना चाहूँगा, then I will translate it into English. आग और पानी पे चलना होता है, रुख हवाओं का बदलना होता है, गिर कर फिर संभलना होता है, अक्सर मुश्किलात से लड़ना होता है, रोज़ खुद में हौसला भरना होता है, सबको साथ लेकर चलना होता है, जब भी ज़माने में कुछ अलहदा करना होता है. It means we have to walk on fire and water. We have to go towards the change of that wind. We have to change the direction of that wind. And sometimes we fall down and we stand up again. We motivate, we inspire ourselves again. And we have to take along everyone, overall world. The world is global. Now we want to become a leader, then we have to take along everyone with us. And whenever we do something different, we should do differently, that is in creative way. It means leaders do this kind of things. So these are certain words. And again, for leaders, I want to say a few more lines. If you give me permission, I would like to speak something more. Then I will come to leadership, little bit skills, and new age, new scenario, new avenues. नामुमकिन के दौर में मुमकिन लिखता हूँ, नामुमकिन के दौर में मुमकिन लिखता हूँ, शक के चेहरे पे यकीन लिखता हूँ. Meaning of this, I write possible in times of impossible. I write possible in times of impossible. I write belief on the face of doubt. I write belief on the face of doubt. So this spirit, if you have in you, then you are definitely a leader. You are not a manager. You are not an administrator. You are a leader. So you have to set an example for others. If you do impossible things possible in your way, in your art, in your skill, if you do, then you definitely a leader. My words are not ending here. Little bit I want to explain leadership in COVID time. If we are talking about, this is said servant leadership. Servant leadership means employee well-being, emotion quotient, how much connected you are with this particular your employee. If we are talking about organizations, or if we are talking about we already talked about students are motivated, students should be motivated, student interaction, student connection with teacher. But I think one point which is left out, that is how much administrator, we are calling it this person administrator. In schools or big universities or higher education institutions, the administrator is there. Directors and different vice chancellors and different positions, they are there. But their utmost duty is the connection, how much better connection they do with their colleagues. They behave like colleagues with their subordinates. Subordinates mostly, they are teachers and sub-admin work people are there. So utmost required, if you want to become a leader, first of all, these all administrator and all focus areas should be connected with their teachers, their followers, whosoever there. If they are inspired, then only they can inspire the students. If they feel happy, motivated, happiness index already discussed in this discussion, I think. So these employees, they are also, this is also an organization where you are working, schools or universities or institutions. So that organization culture, values, morals, if they are developed and they are going towards students, this teacher is inside motivated and this teacher is inculcating that practices whatever he learned in his experiences from the colleges or schools, administrators or different kind of leaders, whosoever there. So collaborative leadership, if we are talking about this scenario of industry and curriculum designing and all things. So we are talking about in higher education in India also, these things are going on day by day, that is curriculum designing to be catered according to the industrial norms, industrial needs, industrial demands. So if we are talking about classroom teaching and other things, that practical lab work should be incorporated. this is utmost required. Whatever labs are there, it doesn't mean that as experiments, it is also mean that lab experiment like English labs. So students can learn by these kind of labs, then can apply that kind of knowledge, and they should share that knowledge, passing away this knowledge towards the society also. If they are working for society, that is again building nation, that kind of activity one can contribute towards nation. And another aspect is that is building new leaders, that is successor. If leader is thinking that I am a leader and I will lead always, so he is not at a good situation, or he is not right at that juncture. Like I can give example of this particular this event, CHILPARCO International, that leadership in education. Like Alka ma'am did this wonderful event, and in this she created new leaders, like in moderators. They are also leaders. They are leading this event. So this is passing over this delegation of authority. In management, we learn these things. So delegation of authority is at most. So this particular thing is did by nicely by Alka Mahajan ma'am. So this type of things to be inculcated in teaching organizations also. Communication, we all know about this communication part and private settings. It is all body language part also important, like provide constructive and specific feedback. That is, feedback is at most required in 360-degree appraisal also. We know that this, like in our institutions, in vice chancellor position or principal, directors and whatever, whosoever is there, like in students feedback going towards the superiors or going towards the teachers giving feedback to students. So vice chancellors given this feedback to different administrator, whosoever is head of departments. All things are going on. So that may be verbal or maybe non-verbal clues will be there, but communication should be there for better understanding. And the data, right now we are in data field, like generation alpha we are talking about. So data influence daily basis. We can spoke about like this virtual world mind is sometimes feeling that much of pressure and all things are going on, but this is hour of need, that need of the hour, that is our data is influence every time. Whatever data means in analysis part is required, whether it is student or whether it is staff or whatever it is. And afterwards, that is changes in higher education. If I give examples of changes in higher education in different countries, so it will take I think 2 or 3 days to explore it. So I will just nutshell, like I am in pharmacy field, pharma teacher I am. So in this field, Pharmacy Council of India, so new amendments came in right now. Syllabus changes are there happened. In this social pharmacy, one subject is also added. So the need of the hour, jo bhi whatever things are going on, that particular things are incorporated in change management scenario. And another part I want to tell you, that is regarding the this institutions, that is entrepreneurship, which is utmost important quality of any leader, whether whatever organization it is. So this is to make decision and overall entrepreneurship skills, and that spark in a leader. And diversity, which already discussed in this overall lecture, that is diversity part, that is aware of need of diverse groups. We have students, the diverse group, we have international schools and education institutions having different kind of culture and different kind of mindset students. So earlier speakers also talk about that is positive mindset. Nowadays the environment is like that, friendly relationship with overall. I think that whatever superiors, whosoever there, they should also inculcate that behavior, that is everybody is free to speak, free to express himself in front of them, as whatever problems they are facing regarding learning and teaching process. And in last this is my last quote will be there, like in 21st century, that leader is they should be growth oriented and growth mindset, and successor to be developed, EQ quotient that is to be taken care, and also they have to be more team building exercise, they should focus on that. So inspire networking like we are doing, and some type of setting role models, and no doubt we are doing for that purpose this exercise what we are discussing right now. And again I would like to thanks to all the speakers, this organization CHILPARCO International, for giving me this particular chance or opportunity, you can say, for giving my insight regarding leadership in education. And I think I have taken lot of time with last quote, last you can say shairi, that is one writer वसीम बरेलवी साहब फ्रॉम इंडिया, दैट इज खुद को मनवाने का मुझको भी हुनर आता है, खुद को मनवाने का मुझको भी हुनर आता है, मैं वो कतरा हूँ कि समंदर मेरे घर आता है, मैं वो कतरा हूँ कि समंदर मेरे घर आता है. इट मीन्स लाइक कि आई कैन डू दैट थिंग्स दैट यू विल लिसन मी, and that kind of capability, creativity I have, that you will listen me and you will obey my orders. This is said by some having that kind of capabilities. So मैं वो कतरा हूँ, that is I am a one drop, जिसकी तलब, who is that drop whom everybody likes, and this much of liking that ocean is coming to my house, that much, that drop I am, that ocean to meet me come to my house. This is overall in nutshell from my side. Namaste, salam, adab, khushamdeed, or good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is. Again, thanks a lot CHILPARCO International and Alka ma'am and Noor Ahmed sir for beautiful your introduction and overall moderation. Every moderator, thanks to you, salute to you. Thank you.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah, and alhamdulillah, mashallah, you have done a great thing. Some teacher like you, that we can hear hour to hour from you. Yes, your words are so much powerful, so much clear to understandable, and really is I feel like inspired to hear. Thank you so much, sir, for covering all the things in a nutshell. Thank you for being with us. So without further ado, I would like to hand over the moderating on some other parts to the Al-Qadi to continue the session.
Thank you so much, Noor Bhai and Dr. Akash. एक खूबसूरती, एक ताजगी, एक विश्वास, एक आस्था, आपके सारी बातों की यही हमें भर भर के मिठास मिल रही थी, ताकत मिल रही थी, और हमें लग रहा था that we really are truly, it was highly motivational. पता चल रहा था कि हम एक motivational और inspirational speaker की बहुत ही बढ़िया बातें सुन रहे हैं. Thank you so much. You were so amazing, and you actually summed up the actual theme, leadership in education. We were actually talking about leaders in education more than the classroom scenario. My idea was, when I thought about this theme, it was leadership in education. As leaders, how should we take it forward? So thank you so much for all those wonderful inputs. And now, because we're already way beyond time, but I really would like to thank so many people for sticking around with me and supporting me till the end, like all of the 22, 23 people who I see over here. So I've got a request to repeat the awards, especially for the categories of inspirational academicians and the creative academicians. So before I talk about the awards for the leaders ushering change, let me repeat these two awards quickly, supersonic speed again. So inspirational academicians, Dr. Luis Cardoso, Dr. Beatrice Lucia Salvador, Dr. Poonam Narula, Mr. Matthew Thomas, Dr. Ushawati Shetty, Dr. Jacqueline Mahadik, Dr. Madhu Bhatnagar, Dr. Rabia Bhatia, Dr. Muth Manaya, Mr. R.K. Das, Miss Alice Durg Aryan, Miss Maggie Ali Hijazi, Dr. R.K. Ranawat, Miss Annie John, Mr. Rakesh Varma, Miss Hemlata Shukla Suri, Miss Dheera Madan, Miss Sheba Sachdev, Miss Nikki Gulati, Dr. Iman A. Alam, Dr. Snigdha Kadam, Miss Jyotis Matthew. Now quickly the creative academicians, Miss Farhana, Miss Georgia, Miss Corina, Miss Vujolika, Miss Nada, Miss Rania, Miss Wilma Daluz Barbosa, my friends, they're still here. Miss Paula, Miss Shubhangi, Miss Rachna, Miss Kaushal Singh, my very dear brother, all the way from Bangladesh, Ambassador Noor Ahmed, Miss Nina Arakal, Miss Ritika Bhandari, Miss Ritu Bhandari, Dr. Narjeet Kaur, Miss Asnaha Farheen, Dr. Vaishali, she's still here, I think. Thank you so much. Miss Durga Nair, and my sister Ikra, Mohammed Zubair, brother, I hope you are there. Mr. Faisal, Miss Anuja, I saw her a while back. I hope she's still here. Miss Supriya Kumara Velan, Miss Anuja Malik, Miss Ina Singh, Dr. Madhvi, my friend, she had to leave. She had to go to another, presentation. Dr. Joel M. Fontanilla, Miss Asma Turkham, Dr. Madhvi, Ming, my friend Ming, Vinny, I hope you are there. Thank you so much. Mr. Fadila Malian Shelsha. And now, ladies and gentlemen, my friends, the main category of the awards, the final ones, all of them are main, but this is the final one. So the leaders ushering change, CHILPARCO International Hall of Fame Star Honors for the leaders ushering change. Innovative, creative, always keeping themselves, apart, yet a part of the group, because they take on all the brickbats and all the accolades go for their team members. So those are the truly inspirational leaders. They put themselves ahead, they don't want their, any member of their family to get hurt in any way, be it emotionally, be it physically. So now those leaders are, so first of all, a loud round of applause for everybody. And now let me say the names of all the people. Thank you so much, Dr. Gaurav. Queen Nadia Harihiri, she's a humanitarian. Queen Elizabeth Lucas, my sister Munira Sultana Poppy, Mr. Ratish Gupta, Ravi Shankar, Mr. Abhimanyu Mishra, Dr. Navdeep Bhardwaj, Mr. Anil Kumar Jha, Mr. Sudham Prasad, Miss Rupi Singh, Dr. Aruna Vadkar, Dr. Gaurav Sharma, and I'm going to ask you to speak a minute, Dr. Piyush Pandit, Dr. Akash Vidya. Congratulations, Dr. Akash. My friend over here smiling, Miss Carolyn, all the way from Arunachal Pradesh, Dr. Rachna Bhimrajka, Dr. Nelly, Dr. David, Prince Dan Mabachi, and His King Excellency Raja Rao Pagidipali. I saw him here a while back. I hope he's here. If he's here, I will ask him to speak again. But before that, I will ask my friends, Dr. Gaurav, to speak. And after Dr. Gaurav, my friend Carolyn. So Dr. Gaurav, 1 minute, but something powerful coming from you.
आप सभी को मेरा हाथ जोड़ के नमस्कार and a very beautiful and enthusiastic evening to all. First of all, thank you so much, my dear ma'am, Alka ma'am and CHILPARCO International for recognizing me with this honor. Leadership, you're talking about leadership. I will start with one quote of mine. Change yourself or else you will be exchanged. Leaders should adapt to change quickly. And she should push through the change curve quickly. Because a leader should be flexible, communicative, and empathetic. Leaders should be having a positive learning mindset, because positive learning mindset is something which is going to sustain us throughout the life. We learn on the way. We learn on the way. No one has it all and knows it all. Lastly, effective leaders provide clarity of purpose, clarity of motivation, and guide the team to realize its mission. Team comes first. Team should be in front row always, because if our mind doesn't think something is possible, then we will never achieve it or get it. Lastly, leader, L-E-A-D-E-R. L stands for learning. E stands for empathy. A stands for adaptability. D stands for determination. Again, E stands for evolve. You cannot evolve unless you are willing to change. Lastly, R stands for respect. Respect everyone. Show gratitude and much gratitude always. Thank you so much.
Wonderful, wonderful. Loved your thoughts. और बहुत मजा आया सुन के, और जब आप शुरू करते हो ना, सबको मेरा नमस्कार, वो बहुत ही अच्छा लगता है. Somehow, you know, that is the true Gaurav Sharma, Dr. Gaurav Sharma. Thank you and congratulations to you.
My pleasure.
All of you truly deserve this honor. Thank you so much. And my friend Carolyn from Arunachal Pradesh. Yes, what do you have to say? A quick note from you as well.
Greetings, everyone. This has been, the entire session has been a takeaway for me. I was trying to message in the group, but I realized that the message went to Dr. Alka. I really had a wonderful time, and this entire time I was smiling throughout. Like it almost made me laugh. Like out of excitement and looking at the ocean of educators. There were so many inputs, it makes me very happy that we are emerging, from the cocoon. And, these interactions are very important, because without interaction, without communication, you will never have ideas like what is going on around the world. And of course, through the communications, we are able to share ideas, as well as, belief. Once again, it has been restored. So thank you so much for having me. I really had an amazing time listening to all the speakers. I did have a glitch from time to time, but I really love your spirit, Dr. Alka. I have told you earlier as well. Yeah, you have an amazing spirit, and the moderators were amazing. It was wonderful. And of course, the speakers did have something different to share today, and it was amazing. Yeah, different platforms, different talks, but today was very different. And like I said, every talk had a takeaway today. Thank you so much for having me, and really appreciate for that award. It really humbles me. Thank you so much.
You deserve it. You deserve every bit of it. I mean, what you said has really touched me. And I am feeling, even after 3.5 hours, I am feeling as energetic as I was, It's not at all showing. And look at my moderator, look at Noor Bhai. I mean, that's why, when I told him, he said, yes, I'll be there for you. And Dr. Rakesh has said so much about him, and I'm so thankful to you, because he also deserves that. I mean, he's been such a wonderful support. My friend Winnie from Taiwan, and my friend Dr. Madhvi, she was here. So, Everyone has been so supportive and so encouraging. We could have gone on and on. I mean, there was so much more that we could say. And, you know, some of my friends could not even make it for whatever reasons, technical glitches or some problem or the other. But, you know, despite that, we had quite a fantastic time, and all of you made it so wonderful. But yes, one trait of a leader which I would like to share is that, you know, we must keep on experimenting and trying new things, because Hindi quote, Dr. Rakesh especially, and Dr. Gaurav also, मंजिल मिल जाएगी भटकते ही सही, गुमराह तो वो है जो घर से निकले ही नहीं. So if we don't try, how do we know what is going to give us success? So, you know, the people who try and the people who try something new are the true leaders, because it's okay if they make a mistake, but if they succeed, they will be truly ingenious. And I guess that is what makes some of us so unique, all of you so unique. Thank you for sharing those fantastic thoughts. The moderator, speakers, the guest of honors, you were lovely. And yes, Gaurav, Dr. Gaurav, you want to say something?
आपने अभी एक शायरी बोली है तो मुझसे रुका नहीं जा रहा.
हाँ हाँ, जाते जाते आप भी एक शायरी बोली डालिए.
जाते जाते हम भी बोलते हैं.
बोलिए.
जिंदगी में अगर कुछ अच्छा करना है और हटके करना है तो भीड़ से तो अलग चलना ही पड़ेगा.
बिल्कुल.
भीड़ हमें सुरक्षा तो देती है लेकिन हमारी पहचान छीन लेती है.
फैंटास्टिक. बिल्कुल हमें पहचान नहीं देती, भीड़ हमें कभी पहचान नहीं देती. We have to show that we are different. We have to be away from the crowd. We have to, like Robert Frost said, we have to take the road not taken. वही रोड को अपनाना पड़ेगा, तभी आगे बढ़ेंगे. So thank you once again to everybody. I'm so sorry, I apologize for the time, because I know it is over 3.5 hours, but we had fun, we learned a lot, and that is what the spirit of the virtual platform is. Loads of camaraderie, loads of learning, loads of takeaway, and loads of good feelings. So once again, till we meet next time in our next event, take good care of yourselves, stay safe, stay happy. Hasta mañana till we meet again. Bye-bye, everyone. Namaste. Thank you.
Everyone, good night. Bye.
Thank you, Dr. Vaishali. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Sticking on till
Bye. Thank you.
जाते जाते मैं सबके नाम तो बोल ही डालूं. Let me say the names of all those friends who have stuck on. My friend from Argentina, from Philippines, thank you. Salamat, salamat, salamat. And shukriya, sister.
Thank you so much.
Shukriya, my friend Alice. Anuja, thank you so much, my sweetheart. Thank you, Wilma. You are muerto. What do you call it? Muerto? Muchas?
Bien.
What is that? I'm forgetting it. But thank you so much. You were amazing. Thank you to everyone. Goodbye. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Great session.
Thank you.
Teacher.
Thank you, Dr. Akash. Thank you, Dr. Gaurav, and my friend Carolyn. You were amazing. Right? Bye.
Thank you so much,
Bye-bye.
Doctor.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Stay connected.
Bye.
Stay connected, everyone. Lots of love to all of you. Thank you.
Yeah.